So, Corbyn, you know when you have a producer on a show,
Okay.
and they're like, hey, man, you did something really bad.
Okay.
Right? And then they record it on their phone or some type of recording device, and they show it to you, and they say, look what you did here. It's really bad.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you now.
But they didn't. Then they stopped it, and they didn't carry on for the last 5 seconds to show you that what actually happened didn't really matter, and it wasn't a bad thing. And they're just cropping it down to fit their little shitty view.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Of course.
That happened to me today.
Did it really?
Yeah, and it made me upset because they were wrong.
Yeah.
But they came in with the confidence that they were so right.
Oh,
So right.
so right.
You know who else that reminds me of?
Tell me.
Our friends over at Average Superior. Would you rather listen to one of their podcasts or watch The Big Bang Theory?
Oh, wow. Come on. Oh, jeez. All right. I would rather listen to one of their podcasts.
Oh, that's nice.
That's very nice.
Welcome to Season 2 of Radical Apathy, the show that takes a hilarious and different dive into pop culture, gaming, and life. We're here to dissect the chaos and shrug at the drama, all while asking the question, why does it matter? Let's not care together. I like this. Enjoy the podcast Season 2 and share the goodies to all of us.
Welcome to Radical Apathy Podcast.
We're back.
We are back to back.
Again.
In with each other's, holding
In
hands.
each other's faces.
And just facing it up, one by one.
Pod facing.
Pod facing.
Yeah.
My name is Tanner.
I'm Corbyn.
Hi, Corbyn.
What's going on, dude?
Well,
You got nothing. You got absolutely nothing. Listen to you.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Nothing.
we got a lot, and that hesitation was the contemplating the fight we are going to have on this podcast today.
Are we going to seriously fight about this?
Yeah, we're going to fight.
I can't believe we're going to fight about this.
I prepped myself.
Okay.
I've painted myself into a corner.
Okay? I got a page of notes on this topic. We're going to talk about today.
I have. Look at this. Look at these notes.
Holy shit! Okay.
Look at it. I'm still going. I'm still scrolling.
Oh, okay.
Of notes.
Easy now. Put down the gun.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our fortnightly podcast. We ask ourselves here the question, Corbyn.
Why does it matter?
And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because sometimes movies fucking suck.
Sometimes, and sometimes they don't.
Okay, we're going to get into
And
it.
sometimes they don't at all. And you know what? And
What?
sometimes
Yep.
the internet people
Yeah.
people don't like stuff. And then they poison the minds of the people that are regulars like us.
True.
And then they say, then the people who are regulars, and I'm going to use you as an example.
Yeah, you're pointing
You
at
end
me,
up
yeah.
saying stupid shit. And
Okay.
I'm expecting that to happen today.
Well, you're usually right. However, because I knew you were going to use that argument,
Okay.
I have not watched a single review of this movie.
Haven't you?
No.
Okay.
This is pure Tanner.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
And we're back.
Yeah, we are excited to have you all here with us. We are going to be doing a fun little podcast. I'm leaving after this. I'm getting on a plane. Right now, when you guys are listening to this, I'm far away.
Where are you going again?
Thailand.
Oh, that's right. You're going to Thailand.
So when you listen, I'm far away when you listen to this. I might be dead.
Yeah, or brought into some sort of sex slave ring.
Oh, no. That'd be terrible.
Thai sex slave ring.
How good do you think I would do at a Thai sex ring and they just got a big beefy white boy? Like how do you think I would do well?
Listen, I think you would be like the special menu item. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like the people that pick you, or like the people that get you, are the people that like really pick you. You know what I mean?
They're like, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
And or I gotta
Put it this way,
that needs scratching.
and I think I would be the same way. Like if they're picking us,
Yeah.
that means they're like very particular tastes.
Yeah.
And that's going to turn out to be bad for us.
I need slightly overweight, overly confident white men.
I'm going to get a Hungarian dude
Yeah.
with
Give me the beard face.
yeah.
Yes. Dostbrowski.
I don't know if they sound like that, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some Hungarian does.
okay.
Okay, well,
What are we fighting about today?
We got a lot going on today. We're going to go over what we play, what we watch, and big what we watch. And spoilers ahead. We're going to do some general gripes. We are going to go into really sexy, exciting top 5 we have. I've got a brand new game for you that we're going to play.
Hardly wait for that.
We're going to see where that takes us.
Okay.
It's been a lot of fun here, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for being with us today. It's been an emotional day for me.
Why?
And well, I'll cover it in general gripes today.
Okay, that's fair.
It's an emotional. I've got my phone beside me, and we're waiting for something to happen on my phone.
Okay,
and it hasn't happened yet.
Can I say I don't know what it is because again we don't share notes prior to the episode recording. I guesstimate what it is, and I really do appreciate you willing to do this while that's happening.
Okay,
yeah, because I can imagine what it would mean to you.
All right, we'll talk about it
if I think I know what it is.
All right, we'll let you guess at the time.
We're gonna start out with what you playing.
What you playing? You know what? I'll go first because I'm very uninteresting right now.
Okay, go with it.
I'm not playing anything. I started playing the second South Park game, and then I just haven't played a video game since I've seen you last.
Like not even the South Park game again? Like you just haven't touched one?
I just haven't touched this. Yeah, I just haven't picked it back up. I'm just tired. I'm just tired.
You know, it's okay to be tired.
Yeah.
It's okay to have the days where
I can't always
be...
Did I tell you my original Switch went kaput?
You told me, but not our friends.
I'm telling the internet community now.
Wow.
Yeah, our original Switch bricked itself. Oh. And so it doesn't work. And so I've got the backup Switch that I use for myself. And now I'm debating, do I give it to the kids? It sets up me getting my Switch 2 eventually.
Which is a solid 6 months away.
Which is like 6 months away. But yeah, I don't want those kids playing South Park by accident. So I got to get rid of those games.
Right over your save.
Yeah. Well, I don't want them to play it at all.
Oh, for the general content?
Yeah, for the content. They can't play even 2 seconds of that game.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I haven't played anything, man. And I don't know if I'm excited to play anything right now.
You know what? We're getting into that time of year where there's a lull. We're getting into the lully type of gaming year.
And I'm so particular with my games.
You are very particular.
Like, there's just things that I like and things I don't like. Actually, the next thing I'm playing is the Octopath Traveler that you got me.
Oh,
I
right.
just haven't played it yet, so.
Well, they just announced they redid Tomb Raiders 4 through 6.
Okay.
So I'll get that for my wife so she can play it on the 16-hour plane ride. But that'll be her what she playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I playing, what he playing, is Avowed. Just came out. Obsidian Entertainment.
How do I know Obsidian? What else did they make?
Oh, man.
They made something else that I like recently.
Obsidian Entertainment made,
they made South Park: The Stick of Truth.
They did. And then they also made Fallout New Vegas. They made Star Wars Knights of the Republic 2. They made the last one that just came out, the new space one. Oh, man. Outer Worlds.
Okay.
Yeah, very very high pedigree. Everyone loves Obsidian. And they made Avowed, which is basically their answer to Skyrim, a fantasy-based RPG with the Obsidian type of writing and going. So here's why I like it. It is a first or third person fantasy RPG. It's not, I wouldn't say it's as in-depth of all the main kind of RPGs out there, but it's got strong combats, it's got the decent Obsidian writing, and it makes for a fun game. And plus of all, it's free on Game Pass.
And that's the key.
And that is the key. And for whatever reason, the Game Pass, the Xbox version, has HDR built in, but it's not HDR on the PC for some reason. So you get the high dynamic range lighting, which makes it look much sexier on Xbox, but usually that's a PC thing, so I'm surprised they didn't get it ported over, but it surprised me. It came out, so they announced it, I think, last summer, or maybe a little before that, and it didn't look good at all. The initial trailer looked very fucking sluggish, and the combat looked boring, and everyone's kind of like, fuck Obsidian, this is going to be shit. But, hey, man, they turned it around, and it's good, weighty combat. It's really fun exploring, and you get to do... you can kind of build your character classes around the weapon drop, so you can go from sword and board to dual wielding wands to everything in between with archers. So that part's pretty fun. It's a very fun world to explore. It's set in the Living Lands, which is from the Pillars of Eternity games. I don't know if you ever played those before.
I'm drawing a blank.
And the world building is great. And they litter the place with items and nooks and crannies. Like everywhere you go, you're going to find something. Every waterfall has something behind it. Every mountain crevice you think there's nothing, there's going to be something there. Like they do a really good job of rewarding exploration in this game.
I'm going to ask you like a little off-topic question, but you're talking about video games. You're going for 16 hours.
Yeah.
What is in your bag? What do you plan?
I'm bringing my Switch and my Steam Deck with me.
All right.
And I will likely Steam Deck it on the plane and let the wife do the Switch, because then she'll probably play that too.
And are we confident there's going to be power sources on this plane?
It's the 787, so I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to go a long way, so I'm freaking
Did you
better.
splurge for nice seats, or are you in the shitty seats?
Oh, no, we're in the shitty seats. The nice seats were not cheap.
No, I could
Like,
imagine.
it was not a cheap
16
flight.
hours of nice seats would not be good.
No, it was not cheap. So we're gonna be in the cattle car for as fun as it is. But yeah, if you like RPGs, if you like a fun little time, it's free on Game Pass. Avowed.
I'd like
It was
to. We're doing a movie review today, but I don't want to use our what we watching with the movie review.
fun. Okay.
So let's talk about what we're watching.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about the movie review separately.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
You go
So
first.
I have a bunch of things I'm watching right now. I'm still working on Penguin. I'm about 5 episodes in the end out of 8.
Okay.
And have you seen The Penguin yet?
Not yet. Nope.
Okay. So it's good. Very good. Lots of talking in cars, though. Like lots of people just sitting in cars and talking.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's that. And then I was very excited because on Valentine's Day, Yellow Jackets season 3 just started up.
You're a Yellow Jackets fan, eh?
Fuck, I love Yellow Jackets.
I've never watched it.
Oh, dude, just watch that show.
What's it
will
about?
say, okay, so here's.
I assume it's a high school drama about a football team having sex with another football team.
Okay, so Yellow Jackets is takes place in 2 timelines. Okay, the 90s when they're young,
Yeah.
and then the main character's adult lives. When they were young, they were on a team, a high school soccer team called the Yellow Jackets.
I'm getting there.
Okay?
I'm close.
And then their plane went down in the Canadian Rockies somewhere.
And they
Canadian
met
Force.
another team.
And then
to
it
love?
turns to potentially Lord of the Flies-ish. Actually,
Oh.
even worse. I would say Alive. Remember the movie Alive?
No.
Okay. Anyway, they have to turn to cannibalism to survive. And so
Okay.
it's Lord of the Rings mixed with some cannibalism. And then you see the in the main story in the future when they're older, it's them who all the survivors or whatever, they're starting to get blackmailed by someone who wants to know what happened in the forest back in the day,
Oh.
because they've been kept this completely quiet ever since they were young because it was so fucked up.
Yeah.
But it hints towards cannibalism. It hints towards this this leadership struggle within the group and everyone that crashed. And then you see how they turn out and how it affected them as they're adults. And then there's like a little bit, just a little sprinkle of like supernatural.
Oh,
in
there
this
is a
show.
little supernatural.
A little
fun time.
supernatural sprinkle in this show. Now, I will say the first season was so strong. Season 2, a little less strong. So far, season 3, it's a smidgen less strong. So I'm wondering if they're having, like, if it finishes. It's only been 2 episodes so far this
Okay.
season. If they can come back, then that'll be great.
So the timeline of them being plane crashed,
Yeah.
is it still going through into season 3, or did they clean that up in season 1?
No, like you see, it goes back and forth. You see
The entire time.
the young cast.
So you
and the
still
old
don't
cast.
know who's blackmailing them.
I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh, okay.
That's a part. That part may have
Okay.
resolved
Okay.
itself, but it might be also a part of a bigger story as well.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So, but it's worth a watch.
I loved it.
Okay.
Generally, people that watched it have really liked it. Yellow Jackets. You can watch it on Crave if you're in Canada, and I'm not sure where you can watch it if you're in the States. It's on a different place. I think it's Hulu with the Showtime app or something.
Oh, the
like
Hulu.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good though. Cast is really good. Love the cast.
The young one or the old one?
Both.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
Actually, a lot of people you see in a lot of stuff right now is coming from this Yellow Jackets cast. So
Oh, really?
the young part, anyway. Yeah.
Okay. No, I've heard of the title, but I assumed, it was just football teams.
Well, I'll give you a couple of examples.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your show on Prime that you loved so much this year, it was called Fallout. No, not Fallout.
Yeah.
It was called Fallout?
Yeah, Fallout.
Okay, so the main girl character from Fallout, yeah, she's a Yellow Jackets alum.
Oh,
So
okay.
they pulled her from there.
Yeah, she's been great.
Okay. A bunch of resident horror movies that have come out in the last 5 years have starred another girl from that show. She's had about 4 or 5 projects now.
Okay.
And then the third girl, she has been prominent in the latest Scream movies. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, so she's been in the
Okay,
last
so
couple
they're
Scream
making a name
movies.
for themselves.
Yeah, they're doing good. And they
Oh,
came
good.
from this Yellow Jacket show, which, and it's suffering from the thing where it's like, it takes 2 years to make a season.
Yeah.
So they've been around for a while, and they've all been really good. Really good.
Really, really
So I'm
good.
watching that. And then what else did I finish? I finished Beast Games. Did we talk about Beast Games last
I don't
week?
think we did talk about Beast
Okay,
Games.
dude,
I don't remember
you
that.
got Prime Video?
I do have Prime Video.
Okay, listen. So here's, if you ever watched,
listening.
have you ever watched, you know Mr. Beast?
I do know who Mr. Beast
Okay.
is, yes.
Did you ever watch regular game show reality shows where there's a money prize at the end? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So regular ones go like this. Okay. Here's the contestants. Here's the story. Okay. Here's the backstory of every contestant.
Yes.
Oh, and here's how they focus less on the stuff that they do.
Yeah, they just talk about how sad their person's life is.
How sad their lives are, and then it's all focuses on the drama
This
in
person's
between.
pet snail had cancer for 2 years.
And then it focuses on the interpersonal drama between the two peoples or whatever.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then this one, Mr. Beast, is like, nope, not on my show. It's all about these games. I don't give a shit what your backstory is. I don't give a shit what the personal story is between each. I don't care what the drama is. It's all about the games and how cool the games are. And so it's a $5 million prize.
Okay.
And there's 1,000 contestants to start. And he just does these weird psychological mindfuck games with these contestants.
Okay.
And it whittles them down slowly. An example of one, I'll just give one. There's like so many games. So there's there's four teams, and each team selects a leader. Okay. Leaders go up to the platform and they start getting bribed. And here's the thing: if you take the bribe, you're still in the game, but everyone on your team is eliminated.
Oh, Jesus.
Like that's one of the games.
That's legit.
And they bribe up to $1 million.
And you just get to keep it regardless.
You get to keep it.
Why would you keep the
and
team?
You get to stay in the game.
Why would you keep the team?
Well, that's the thing, though, right? Because if you make that decision to go back on the team, who's going to trust you moving forward? And if there's a trust game later on, you're going to get axed. But the other thing is, you have $1 million.
Yeah, I was going to say, but I also have $1 million.
That's just one of the weird games that they have. They give away $5 million. There's so many bribes. Like, I think there's a $1.8 million island they give away.
Jesus.
There's so many things. They filmed it in Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah. They built this whole little
he's
mini...
not Canadian.
No, but it's cheaper to do... fuck you, America.
That's fair.
It's cheaper to do stuff in Canada.
Cheaper to do shit here, isn't it?
Yeah, and they built a whole Beast Game City that they do a bunch of stuff in, and it's really interesting.
And he just started as a YouTuber.
And he has 350 million YouTube subscribers or some shit.
Yeah, like an insane amount. I think he's the highest now.
Well, he does some crazy stuff though.
He's almost ahead of us.
He's close to us.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Not quite. He's not a podcaster.
Anyway, so I finished watching Beast Games.
Okay, cool.
That's what I'm watching. What are you watching?
I am... Well... my wife and I just watched The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep.
That's the cartoon.
That is the cartoon. Just came on Netflix. It is based off the short story of the same name by the same Witcher writer. And yeah, it's a movie. I tell you what. Do you like The Witcher, Corbyn?
No.
Don't watch it. Do you like The Little Mermaid?
The cartoon original, yes.
Yeah.
I've never seen the live action.
Yeah. If you like the cartoon, you might like it because it's the story The Little Mermaid with The Witcher in it.
It doesn't seem like it would... Okay, can I ask you this?
Yes.
Does this Witcher guy just sit there and grumble and monotone the whole time like he did in the show?
Not as much because they have Doug Cockle, who is the voice actor for
You said...
I know, he's got a great name, Doug Cockle. He's the voice actor for The Witcher in all the video games.
Yeah.
So most people's version of Geralt is Doug Cockle.
Can I say Geralt is a stupid name, too?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
I don't like that name. Geralt. I'm sorry. If Geralt was in my high school class, I would have made fun of Geralt.
You guys, I fight animals.
Hey, Geralt. Hey, Geralt.
It doesn't like a South Park nickname. Hey, it's fucking Geralt coming. Geralt.
Come on, guys. It's Geralt. It's Geralt.
He attends a seaside village because they've been attacked by mutant monsters, and he unravels an old conflict between the humans and the sea people that threatens their kingdom. And the daughter and son of the humans and sea people are actually in love, and the evil aunt, who's an octopus lady, tries to stop them.
This is totally the Little Mermaid.
It is beat for beat the Little Mermaid, and then just the Witcher is there, and he kills things.
Yeah,
and the story ends.
That sounds awesome.
So it's if you like The Witcher, I would skip it. If you like the Little Mermaid, I'd skip it. If you like really, 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 really like The Witcher, then watch it.
Okay. And there's some people who really, really, really like The Witcher.
Yeah, like I would give it a 5.
Listen,
like, it's
can I just say, The
passable.
Witcher has been resting on its laurels for like the last 10
with
years.
Netflix.
Well, in video games. Hasn't The Witcher 3 been out for like 10 years?
Yeah, but it still sells a fuck ton of money.
Yeah,
Like
but
even
where's
today.
Witcher 4? They've had 10 years.
They're making it.
Yeah, they're doing it.
They're making it.
They're coming out with
and they're remaking. Well, because they went on and made Cyberpunk
Oh, okay.
2077, and then they spent the extra 3 years fixing the fiasco of that release.
Yep.
To make it to the wonderful game that it is today.
It's
And
good now because it was shit.
They
when
just
it
put out
came
the last patch like a month and a half ago for Cyberpunk, and they said, okay, that's it. All people are now Witcher 4. They kind of said that, so it's still going to be a couple years out. But
Where do you get your game news? How do you know all this?
everywhere, man. My
Everywhere,
finger
man.
is so on that pulse.
No, seriously. What are you on? What do you do? Because you don't do social media.
Well, I do. A lot of it comes through Reddits. If you join the
Is
Reddit
Reddit
apps.
social media?
I mean, I don't know. Is it?
I don't want to go.
I don't.
Listen,
I don't talk to anybody on it.
I don't like Reddit
I'm
because
a
it's
lurker.
confusing to me.
Yeah, you got to get used to the subreddits
Yeah, I don't
and
like
how
it.
things. But it is pretty up to date. Like when that plane crashed today in Pearson.
Yeah.
Like within like 4 minutes of it coming down, there was like a video of a person getting off the plane crash itself on Reddit. Like it's pretty quick.
That's that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was really exciting to see that 3 days before I got on a plane to go across the fucking Pacific Ocean.
It hasn't been a good month for planes, man.
It's not been a good month for planes. So if you're listening to
Gladly, no one has been. No one died on this one.
this, no one died on this one. Yeah, couple
critically
criticals.
injured.
Yeah, couple criticals, but no one's dead.
Yeah, so that's good. And the thing was upside down. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was a decent sized jet.
You think you're making it to Thailand? Oh,
Yeah.
This is our last podcast.
Hey everyone, just remember, if I died in the water, you have to listen to this again.
Yeah,
Da-da-da.
I won't. He has all this stuff to make.
That's true. This one won't even air.
This won't even air. He's got all the stuff to make it.
Okay, you. Are we griping or are we doing
Let's
this
gripe.
debrief?
Let's
General
gripe.
I'm gonna fucking gripe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's General Gripe.
General Gripes time.
I found a hamburger
Oh, did you really? Oh,
based on your recommendation, sir.
Tanner's so great. Fuck you. So we talked about last episode about your hatred of not finding a proper smash burger
Or
in
any hamburger for that matter.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you were pretty egregious about it. I threw out some options.
You gave me one option.
Walk me through it.
Dude, I walked in and I said, smash burger, onions, cheese, that's it. And they did it. And it came fresh. You could see them. They smashed it fresh in front of you.
Yeah.
It came. It was greasy.
Yeah.
Because I went to, like, the burger before this was Wendy's. And I got the burger and there was no grease.
Zero grease.
It was just like it has been air frying for the last 2 hours.
Yeah, it
And
does
it's
look like
dry.
they're air fried.
And,
Yeah.
and it's just dry and there's no juice. This one came out juicy and greasy and the bun was like soaking. And I'm like, okay, this is a burger. This is a burger.
And that was Streets, correct?
That was Streets, yeah.
Amazing. It is good, isn't it? What did you think of the sauce?
I asked for burger sauce. That's right. I did ask that. I like the sauce.
Yeah, it surprised me that I liked it as well.
Yeah.
I usually don't like that kind of sauce.
Yeah, no, it was good.
But it's crispy. It's greasy.
what's
There's
crispy?
there's a-
Oh, like the
actual meat.
They get a crisp on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which what you wanted?
Yep. It actually worked out. It was great. And then my kid got
good.
one. He was happy.
Awesome. Hey,
You know?
look at that.
This is going to tide me over until I set up my new griddle in the warm months.
Yes. And then I'm going to eat your burgers.
My burgers are good.
I'm gonna eat 'em.
It's going to be so good.
It's so good.
Oh, so I found a hamburger based
Hey,
on
that's
Tanner's
exciting. Look
recommendation.
at us doing things. Look at us doing things together.
And you know what? I'm going to keep continuing. My search continues for a
Well,
good
yeah.
burger in this city.
I will see if Thailand has a good burger. And I'll let you know. I'm assuming not. Why do I have to feel weird when I'm eating in my car?
Well, okay, so you're eating in your car.
Like I go get some food.
Yeah.
I hit a parking lot to
Yeah.
enjoy my fresh munchies.
Okay.
Right. And someone will park beside me, even though I'm like parked alone in an open lot.
Okay.
Getting out of the way. Right.
Yeah.
They're like, come park beside me, and then they just look over and they see I've got my little sandwich in my hand and my little and right and eating, and they'll just stare and judge.
And
they
people
stare
just
and
watch
judge
you?
And yeah, then they just judge like, oh, look at this fucker eating in his
This
car.
guy eating
Look at this
his-
piece of shit eating in this car. And it happens all the time. And I just want to sit in my car and eat my munchies.
I have a fix for this.
Go.
How long are you keeping your vehicle for?
How long am I keeping my vehicle for?
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck, another 10 years if I can.
Listen, dude, I put tint on my vehicle
Yeah.
and nobody can see me. I'm in a private area.
Yeah.
And I can do whatever I want in there. And so I get mad at somebody. I finger them. They can't see me, but I am fingering them.
This is,
Do you know what I mean?
but what's the point of the finger if they can't see it?
It's a release for me.
I see.
It's a release for me.
I see.
But listen, say what you will about window tint. It's a phenomenal privacy thing.
Yes, it would be
It's
nice.
fantastic.
Because do you like to eat in your car?
I actually don't eat in my new car.
I should have known the answer to that.
And I don't let my kids eat in my new car.
I don't like the mess it makes because I like my car tight. However, I like being in my car and eating. Like, I just, for whatever reason, I find that space nice.
Yeah.
Right?
It's private. It should be.
It should be until you're in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And these fuckers come up beside you and they're like, oh, what do you do? You're eating fucking burgers? Fucking fuck you.
What do they do? They look at you and go,
Yeah, they literally look at you and they make that face like, oh, you're fucking eating in a vehicle.
Are they judging what you're eating? What are you eating? What was the last thing you ate?
I assume they're looking at me. The last thing I ate. What was the last thing I ate? It was. I shit you not. It was the cheesy bread. I'll say from Little Caesars.
You eat that shit?
I did. It was good.
For all the stuff you can't eat, you'll eat that.
Well, I can't eat that either. I pay for it later. But they just pull up beside me and they just stare. And I don't think it's the food. I think it's the fact that I'm just eating in my vehicle. They're like, oh, this is a hobo eating in a vehicle.
How can he be a hobo if you have a vehicle?
In a nice vehicle.
In a nice vehicle.
Like, I don't drive a hobo vehicle.
No, you have a nice vehicle.
And this is what I get all the time. So, Corbyn, why? Why do I have to feel weird when I eat in my car?
You shouldn't have to.
I shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have to.
Agreed.
I don't like it. People should leave you the fuck alone.
Yeah, and you know what? You do it too, people. Don't
Yeah.
stare at me.
I actually
eat in my vehicle.
So I'm going on a trip in April. I'm going on a road trip with my family.
Okay.
And 17-hour drive. And I'm going to let them eat in the vehicle for this trip because it would be
You're taking your car?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And be inhumane if I didn't.
I mean, yeah, you might get some letters.
So I already booked the detailing for after I get back. It's already booked.
You just need to get through the trip. Don't think about it. Don't stare at it until you get home.
Until I get home, and then I take it in for the detailing.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Come home to a crisp car.
Right?
I like that.
I know, it's a fucking good idea. So here's what happened. Okay, you said you knew what was going on with me. What am I looking at my phone for?
There is
Yeah.
a very important hockey game going on right now.
Okay.
And it is a hockey game that it's a national hockey game.
Okay.
So it's not the specific teams. It's the country teams.
Okay.
And they're playing off.
Yeah.
Right now. And our team
Okay.
just played one of the European blue teams today.
Okay.
And our team won. Almost. Because the blue team came back in like the last fucking 6 minutes and scored a bunch of point goals. And then we almost lost, but we won.
Okay. I'm going to stop you there.
Sure.
Because you're 100% wrong.
Am I really?
Yeah, because I don't give a fuck about hockey.
But that's the only sport thing going on.
At all. At all.
Oh, I thought I was.
Look at me.
I thought it was so.
Listen.
Yeah.
Don't care about hockey.
I thought it was
this
so right.
This goes out. This goes out to our listeners. Listeners who love hockey, you're wrong. It fucking sucks. It's a boring fucking sport. I don't like it.
And
here's where they're going to get even more mad about it. Here, listeners, I'm talking directly to you. When you watch hockey, I want you to cope with the fact that 80% of your game happens by complete accident. There's no skill in 80% of the game. There's a guy who throws a puck in and they just kind of hope they get it and it bounces and you score. All luck. All just accidental. It's an accidental sport is what I'll say. Okay? It's an accidental sport. That's what I...
Okay.
Now, people will say, oh, they're really skilled shooters. And I'm like, really? Because guess what? They don't keep it the stat. They don't show you the stat for shot attempts. They only show the stat for shots on goal. You want to know why they do that?
Oh, I thought it was the same thing. No, why?
It's two different things.
Oh, I didn't
You want to know
know
why? Because they miss so goddamn often. They miss the fucking net completely. Oh, it's wide. How many times you watch a hockey game?
Yeah, they do
Oh, the
say that a
shot
lot.
is wide.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean you can't hit the net? Like, guess what? Basketball players, I'm not saying basketball is better than hockey. I'm just saying basketball players, when they miss, they hit the fucking net.
Yeah.
Okay? They're in the ballpark. These guys know. So don't tell me they're like super skilled and super awesome. They're not. And then, you know what? Half the time when... I'm going to go off a little bit more. Half the time when they score, someone shoots the puck and someone in front tips it. And then all the hockey gurus are like, oh, he meant to tip it to that exact spot. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's the thing,
He
he meant to
tipped
bunt.
this is like a millisecond reaction time. He's just happy that he touched the thing. And where it goes, he has there's no skill in that. It's not like hockey's the most accidental sport I've ever watched in my life. Fuck you, hockey fans.
So what you're saying?
What I'm saying
is I'm wrong.
Is you're wrong.
Okay.
Because I don't like hockey, and I think it's a stupid sport. Here's a little more stupid about hockey. Okay, let me keep going. Okay,
Go ahead.
I don't respect anything in any sport where they practice something in the regular season that they don't use in the postseason.
What's that? The shootouts?
Yeah. So not only the shootouts, but they do 3-on-3 hockey.
Yeah.
They go 3-on-3 for 5 minutes or whatever, and then they do a shootout. None of which occurs in the playoffs. And guess what? If I'm a professional athlete, I want to do things that I'm preparing for in the playoffs when it matters.
That makes sense.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
That makes
But
sense.
No, they do this 3-on-3, and guess what? Someone gets a penalty with 3-on-3. Someone goes to the box. Guess what they do?
They sit out.
You'd think it'd be 3-on-2, right?
Right.
No, it's 4-on-3 after that, because yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The team that someone goes away,
Yeah.
the 3 stay on, and the other team gets another play.
Yeah, so it's the exact opposite of every other time in hockey.
Okay.
Okay. So again, when you come and tell me that your sport is like amazing, like it's not. It's the dumbest sport.
Wow.
It's so dumb.
You've learned me. I didn't know really much any of that.
Yeah.
I thought I was really excited to know that you'd be talking about sports today.
Yeah, I am talking about sports, but I'm not talking about that sport.
Okay.
Okay, so my team, today is I like the Toronto Blue Jays. And today is the official deadline that our star player has given the organization to sign him.
Yeah.
He's like, that's it.
Pay me
I'm giving you
or
until
I'm
now
gone.
to sign me, and if not, I'm going to free agency at the end of the year, and you're going to lose me to some other buddy that wants to pay me more than you.
Yeah.
And it's 8:20 p.m. This is 10:20 p.m. Eastern time where they are.
Yeah.
And they still haven't signed this fucking guy.
So they're not going to.
If they don't, it's the biggest drop of the ball for any sports organization I've ever watched in my entire life, other than the trade that just happened 2 weeks ago with the Dallas Mavericks and the LA Lakers, because that guy should be fired 1,000 times out of 1,000. Trading away that guy is just stupid.
So
Hold on, someone texted me. It might be about him.
Oh, that is quick.
Nope, it's not.
Oh, so I obviously know, because just like you, I'm a big fan of the Blue Jays. What's the name of the person, just for our audience?
His name is Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh, Guerrero Jr.
Guerrero Jr.
So how much does he want?
I don't know, and I don't give a fuck.
pay him. You're saying just pay him.
All I know is this.
Yeah.
He's a generational talent, and twice in the last 2 off seasons, they've offered more than $700 million in contracts to 2 different players that we did not get the chance to sign. They signed somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you won't give our own homegrown guy, who's amazing. Like, why are we even at the table?
How many
negotiating?
shots on net has he had?
I don't know.
Yeah, lots of good ones. I bet.
Like they like that, and that's. Let me just go back to that.
Yeah.
Again, it's embarrassing. Like they don't put on the screen how many shot attempts. It's just shots on goal in quotations, because they miss so goddamn every time. It's the most. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Okay. And now, so now if your guy, because now you got me curious.
And here you go. And I've got soccer players who play 45-minute halves. I've got basketball players that'll do shifts for a half hour at a time.
Yeah.
Okay? And hockey players, they last for like 90 seconds on skates. Guess what? It's easier to do skates than it is to run.
It is, right?
I've done both. Running is easier.
It's easier on skates, right? 'Cause you can glide. You can just stand there and glide.
It's easier. You can sit there and glide if you need to.
yeah.
It's harder to run than it is to go on skates.
Okay, I thought it looks that way.
So these guys, like, man the fuck up. They're supposed to be so tough. Man the fuck up.
Fair enough.
I don't like hockey. And you know what? I hope our whole audience comes and gives us comments as to why I'm wrong. But I know I'm not.
I would love for you guys to get in the comments and just call Corbyn out on his opinions.
Not, because everything I says makes 1,000% sense.
So why will Toronto not pay this? Like, is it a money thing? They just don't want to pay the money, or is there a reason they don't want him?
Out of respect to both parties, I will say it's been really tight-lipped. Not a lot is released as to why this is taking so long or what's going on.
So there's some drama in there.
I don't know. Or maybe they're just being very professional and nothing's leaking. So after it doesn't happen, I imagine we'll find out why it didn't happen from either side.
Yeah.
Or once he's gone from the show. But
will he still play this season with Blue Jays?
Yeah. Yeah, but if you have him this year and he's going to be a free agent, you got to trade him in the middle of the season.
Why?
You can lose him for nothing, or are you going to trade him and get stuff for him?
I don't know.
You could trade him and get stuff.
Okay. Like I remember
1,000%.
Like I remember in Moneyball, they got vending machines paid for.
Yeah.
Like, is that what could you do that?
You could do that, but I think we're a good enough organization that
We don't need
that. We don't need that.
Fair enough.
So that's my blue. So right now I got the phone.
Yeah,
beside me.
you've
I'm
been
waiting
looking
for
at
it to blow up.
Okay.
Let me just quickly check, make sure I'm not crazy right now. I don't see nobody. None of my friends have texted me.
Can you tell me when it happens? I don't want you to just say, "Hey guys, it finally happened." I need you to give us an audio cue so the audience knows it happened.
See, it's all Blue Jay stuff on my timeline.
Yeah. We don't have to sit and actually look at social media. So, what social? What? Give me a verbal cue that you're going to do when it happens, so the audience knows. You're going to go.
You'll hear me scream like a.
Okay, scream. I'll take a scream.
I'll scream and I'll talk about it
When Corbyn screams,
because I'll go over the tweet and we'll talk about the contract and we'll go into it.
But I need to scream first.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well, a little better than that. Okay.
What do you got?
I don't know what we're doing anymore.
We're general gripes. Your second gripe, sir.
Okay, let's go back to Cars.
Cars, the movie, or
Cross the road.
Okay.
Okay. Don't walk in the middle of the road and a listly lazy pace while I have to wait behind you in my vehicle.
Oh, like the guys that go parallel and then they cut across?
So I'm on the road in front of the grocery store,
Yeah.
and they should just need to cross in front of me, cross the road, get to the parking lot. But they'll just get into the road and they'll start walking the same direction I'm driving because they got to go 3 lanes down. But they're just in the fucking road now.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That happened to me like 4 times this week.
Really?
In between there and coming here now. I understand why people murder. And
I don't condone it.
I don't
understand
condone it, and I would never do it.
Yeah.
But I get it.
But I understand
And that
it.
vehicle is right there, and you're just standing in front of it. And the only thing between you going home and dying is just the depression of my right foot.
Yeah.
Because that's the gas and the gas.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah, so that really annoyed me 4 times. They just get in, they just walk.
I don't like that.
I did honk the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had to stop honking as many times.
Yeah, you like to honk.
Well, here's the thing. I have to stop because, again, 1, they can't see me.
Okay,
And
because
2,
you're tint, yeah.
But 2, I have a pretty recognizable car now.
You do. You
and
do
I have
recognizable
and I
car.
have a personalized license plate.
You
so
do.
it's very
You
easy
stand out.
to come and scratch my car later. So I have to just, and this is good for me. I've
that is good
got
for you,
to
yeah.
just accept that shit happens.
Apathy.
Yeah, it's apathy. I just accept that stuff happens because I don't want retribution on my beauty.
I failed at apathy this week. I was
you?
so mad. I just couldn't handle it.
For just that one
For that,
thing?
yeah. Well, there was 4 things. But
Four things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot.
Did you go,
I went. That's what I did.
oh, I had a moment of weakness this week.
Okay.
I just about remember I told you this game over here. I told you I sold all my stuff. And
Yeah.
I got out of it. I just about back
You
into
HeroClix.
it.
You already?
I just about bought.
You almost went back into HeroClix
Well,
that fast.
again, they I remember how they come out with new stuff. The
Last
latest
episode,
Yeah,
Corbyn.
Yep.
I asked you
Yep.
when you get back in there again, and you said never.
I just said I just about did.
You said
I didn't
never.
say I did. I didn't say I did. I said
One
I just
episode
about did.
later.
I know.
Which click was it?
What was the very specific one?
Yeah, obviously one you saw, and you're like, oh man, that's what I need.
There was 4 or 5.
Oh wow,
that I saw.
So is this like a new
It's
series?
a new set.
Ah.
It's based on. It's a Marvel set based on the Collector. You know the Collector.
I do know the
And it's
Collector.
called the Collector's Trope. So it's all the things he tries to collect and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I kind of like that. I could use something with that.
Does it look like Benicio del Toro?
It does not.
Okay.
It looks like the comics.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Because the comics are prevalent.
Benicio
Anyway, I just wanted to say,
del
I
Toro.
just got back into it. I had something in my cart, and I'm like, oh, and I exited away, and I went, and I screamed, ah! Like, you know how, in Bad Boys 2, where they shoot into the air? That's kind of what I
Yeah,
did, except
yeah.
with screaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
This story we just did
Yeah.
gave me a great idea for a top 5 down the road.
I've got a great top 5 for next week.
Okay, I got a great one for the week after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
My top 5 is so fun.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Do you want me to spoil it for
No,
you?
I don't.
I want to spoil it
No,
for you.
they have to wait.
No, but
you have to make them wait.
They have to wait either way.
Exactly.
But listen, if I tell them now, then they'll be like, "Oh, I want to listen to that episode." We
All
should
right, go ahead.
All right, it's top 5 business jargon.
Oh, I do like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
top 5 business jargon.
Oh, okay.
And so we get to go through our favorite business jargons.
Oh, tune in next fortnight
Yeah.
podcast. It's coming out.
Business jargon.
Business jargon.
What? Okay. So we finally, after a year and a half of this,
Yeah.
went to our first movie together. Second movie together. We went to one a long time before we did this.
That's
this
true.
is really our second movie together.
Yes.
And tell the folks what it was.
Okay, well,
Opening night of...
if you listened to last episode...
Oh, we talked about it already.
Yeah.
Opening
Because we
night.
talked about what we were doing. We had said that Corbyn and I are going to the opening night evening screening of Captain America...
Brave New World.
I literally forgot what it was.
Yeah.
And we went to it. We sat down. There were 7 other people in the theater, and we enjoyed the movie.
You know what? People don't go on Thursdays when it's minus 30.
Yeah, opening night of a blockbuster Marvel movie is never that
In
busy.
February. Like, February is not the best time to have a blockbuster.
Yeah, that's definitely why they put it in this time slot.
I don't think so. It made a ton of money this week. Did you not see it?
It made
It made $192 million this weekend.
yes.
I'll say that again. 192.
The third highest grossing of the last 4 Marvel movies.
Of the last 4 or the last...
4.
Okay, well, Deadpool and Wolverine, you weren't
third
beating that.
highest.
Okay, you weren't beating Deadpool and Wolverine. You weren't beating Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other one you were. That's a fair assessment.
I'm just saying.
It's the
got
first
third
time
of the last 4.
It's the first time with Anthony Mackie leading the movie.
Which we'll get to.
So you're talking about the third of a Guardians franchise that everyone was excited for, and
Yeah.
you got the third in the Deadpool.
Yeah, and the 4th movie of Captain America. We'll get to it.
Okay.
So obviously, so we sat, we watched it. We both got popcorn.
I will say Tanner talks more during the movie than I do, I think.
Yeah, you talk a lot of the early out, but you really shut up when the movie started.
Oh yeah, I'm all business when the
There's
movie
times I'd lean over and be like, okay, like what is? Come on.
Which I don't. I didn't have that thought. I didn't have those thoughts.
So, okay, I'll set the scene. We went in there. We had our seats prepped.
Okay.
It was 3D.
Yes.
We did the glasses.
We did the glasses.
Not ideal.
3D doesn't make a difference.
Such a waste
anymore. It's a waste of time and waste of money.
But either way, we went to it. We each had popcorn.
Yes.
Each ate it too fast. We each decided to go with the oily spray it on yourself butter.
Yeah, I actually did real butter halfway down. And then,
You had to put real butter layered?
well, because I got 2 of those packages.
Oh, yeah, you dill seasoning prick.
Yeah, I put the dill pickle seasoning
Just
on.
so gross.
And so if I had to do the second one, I got butter in the halfway part. And then it turns out I didn't eat that far, and then I didn't get there. So
we went together.
Yes.
About 4 seats down from me. 3 younger guys sat down reeking of the devil's lettuce.
did they really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
It was good.
Or smell that.
I was hoping it would make the movie be more entertaining for me. And then there's a couple of young children with their parents behind us.
There was, yes, it was a 10 o'clock showing on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And there was like 8, 7-year-olds.
Several
behind.
young children. And even I was like, that was a late one for kids.
That's a little weird.
So we watched the movie.
We did.
And we finished the movie.
We did.
And we said to each other as we walked out, we said, okay, initial impressions, you and I go right now. We just walked out of it, had a quick discussion, and then we said, all right, let's go home. We'll sit on it for a few days, write down our thoughts, come back.
Yep.
Okay. At the outset of this, have your thoughts deviated a lot from our initial conversation?
I think deviated in terms of that my outlook was better than I thought when I originally saw it.
Okay.
Yeah. And it seems like yours have deviated to the other side.
Exact opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'd be interesting. So I think we're gonna have 2 different takes on this.
Okay.
How do you want to do this?
I'm going to tell you what. Okay, I just want to say straight up.
Yeah.
Okay, that the espionage branch of the MCU is still my favorite.
And that's totally
okay. And when I say espionage branch, I'm talking Captain America 1, 2, 3, Black Widow.
Okay.
This movie.
Yeah.
And probably Thunderbolts when it comes out. And then Captain America Winter Soldier, the TV show, which I really enjoyed as well.
Yes. So let's okay, first of all, spoilers. If you're listening to this point, we're going to spoil the crap out of this movie.
Yeah,
if
getting spoiled.
If you don't want spoilers, stop, skip ahead, come back. There'll maybe be something in the comments about when to come back.
First and foremost, this is half general gripe, half thing for the movie.
Okay.
Fuck you, Cineplex.
Oh,
for spoiling the villain in this movie.
They did you dirty.
5 minutes before the movie started.
So we're sitting there now. I knew of this, but because I knew this was a thing. I whatever. It was spoiled before. People were talking about it. Corbyn didn't know he was media blackout going in, which is always a good idea. I like that idea. You go in pure, you go in clean. And the Cineplex, you know how they have their little pre-shows of the actors being like, "Hi, welcome to the movie. Which area did the MCU build the hovercraft in? And they stand there and look like idiots, do their thing, right?
Yeah.
So this is what they did.
And
so what question did they ask?
And then they're like, "Who's the bad guy in this movie?" Basically, is what it was.
Yeah.
And they're like, "This, or this," and I'm like, "You sons of bitches!" And then they told me what it was, and I fucking lost it.
Not only the name of the bad guy, but the name of the actor who plays the bad guy.
Yeah.
And they. It hasn't been posted in any trailer.
Nope.
They haven't brought it up in any media up to the point. And it's in the movie you're about to fucking watch.
Like they just spoil. It's like just here. Thanks for coming to our movie. Here's a kick in the nuts.
Yeah, literally.
And people are going to be like, "Well, yeah, they showed Red Hulk." Oh, it's not Red Hulk.
It's not Red Hulk.
It's not Red Hulk. So I was so mad at Cineplex for this.
Yeah.
Like, so mad. Why would you spoil that?
Yeah, it would have been better.
Because if I would have seen that live,
Yep.
I would have been very joyous when it happened. I would have been like, yes!
Yes, and I 100% I would have seen that because it was a good, who's that moment? For sure it was. Mm-hmm. But we all knew who it was.
And I've been waiting for this payoff for 17 years.
A long time. Because
I'm going to say that again. 17 years.
Because this movie is actually called The Incredible Hulk 2. So
yes, it's actually it's cool. You know what? Like, and I'm.
Should we go before we get too deep into it? Do you want to do a quick synopsis of the movie so people understand the beats of the show, or do you just want to go into our gripes?
All right, let's go. Okay, beats. So again, spoilers. You might want to fast forward if you don't want this.
Yeah.
Okay. Long story short, this is actually a direct sequel to the original Incredible Hulk movie from 2008.
Edward Norton.
The second MCU movie.
Yeah.
Okay? And then they just stopped making them. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, direct sequel. Okay? It's all about Thunderbolt Ross, who was played by William Hurt, but he passed away, so now he got recast by Harrison Ford.
Which sucks. I think I would have liked to see William Hurt in that spot.
And William Hurt's been awesome in everything. But hey, once you talked about this after our debrief, you're like, Harrison's bringing it.
Yeah, and I stand by that, but I just would have liked to see William Hurt get the payoff.
Get
That's
the payoff.
all. Yeah.
Anyway, he becomes president, and they finally, after 3 years, address that the Celestial has been in the Indian Ocean since the Eternals movie.
Yeah.
So they finally bring that. So I liked how they tied that one. They tied Incredible Hulk, and they tied it into this movie.
Yeah.
And then they did a reveal about what kind of resource they're getting from that Celestial.
Yes, which is kind of the main crux of the movie. So all the United States and Japan and some other world powers are fighting over the Celestial to basically mine it for this material that they have, and that's basically the crux of the movie.
Yeah.
And then there's some issues that start, and then there's a mysterious figure in the background that's making everyone fight each other and using different brainwashing techniques to make these two warring factions of the world come almost to the brink of war, and it's all targeted against President Ross.
And let me say, President Ross is like basically the main character in this show.
Yeah, there's definitely two main characters in this movie.
Yeah.
And that leads into I don't know. I mean, we're going signal. That's fine. So President Ross is being corrupted as well. But Anthony Mackie, Captain America, stops the war from happening. But then the president turns into the Red Hulk because he's being corrupted.
And then they got to throw down.
To protect everyone. And Captain America comes and protects everyone.
And you know what?
Then the big bad guy just gives up. Then that's the end of the movie.
Listen, you know what? I do wonder why the big bad just gave up.
I have an answer, but we'll get to it.
And you know what? If it's a part of a larger story, then I'm in. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. So long story short, the Serpent Society's in this movie.
Yes.
I don't want to spoil the big bad guy.
This is spoilers. This is spoilers. If you cross this line, you're fucked.
In the Incredible Hulk, Samuel Stearns was a doctor trying to help Incredible Hulk get rid of, or Bruce Banner get rid of his stuff.
The gamma ray.
Anyway, he got hit when he turned, and he fell down, and then Bruce Banner's blood went onto his brain.
Poured into his
brain, and it made his brain get big. And that was the birth of the leader. The fucking leader is in this movie.
Which they never said his name.
They never said the leader, but they do that a lot, though, right? Because Scarlet Witch is not really Scarlet
leader,
Witch.
man. That's the point.
Scarlet Witch isn't Scarlet Witch. Quicksilver was never Quicksilver, right? Here. Oh. And And he was captured by Thunderbolt Ross at that time. You find out he's been in captivity for 17 years.
Yep.
And he's the reason behind every tactical play that Thunderbolt Ross has made to get to his election on
presidency
for his presidency.
Yeah,
which I love,
because the leader, if you don't know, in the comics, the leader is incredibly smart and basically uses his own brain algorithm to predict every outcome that may or could possibly happen in any way, state, or form.
Gamma rays do to brain what gamma rays do to
body bronze
for the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's as smart as the Hulk is strong.
Yes.
And he predictive algorithms everything that could happen. So Ross used that to become the president.
So in my HeroClix game, all my leader figures, they can use mind control on their leadership figure, on their leader figures.
Yeah.
And so in this movie, mind control is a very big part of this movie and the plot. And long story short, some of this, I'm going to spoil what this mineral is. The mineral that they are getting off the Celestial is adamantium.
Oh, and why is that special, Corbyn?
That's the most indestructible.
Better than vibranium,
allegedly.
And which person is made out of adamantium?
Wolverine.
Oh yeah, that's why everyone got excited.
They've introduced adamantium after 30 goddamn movies. Finally. Anyway, X-Men are coming, which I'm not excited for.
No, that's going to suck.
I don't care about the X-Men. I've always hated the X-Men. So here we go.
Okay, that's the movie. Anyway, that is the movie.
So Captain America is sent to go stop the Serpent Society from picking up or from stealing this adamantium, the first mined ore of adamantium.
Yeah.
And so he goes and he retrieves it. And I will say the opening scene in this movie was a little bland. Okay. The fight scenes were meh.
And this is Captain America going to like a random church in some Spanish place.
Yeah.
Where being held hostage by the Serpent Society, and he
followed by one of the cheesiest lines maybe ever.
Okay.
And when he your buyer didn't show, maybe you should get better friends or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember that's the one time I went to him and I went, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And so that hold on, we got a text message.
Okay, we got to scream. Here we go, everyone. And we're just going to sit here and wait.
No, nothing. Sorry.
Okay, we're back.
Anyway, and so that leads into him getting called to the White House to be commended. He brings Isaiah Bradley, who is technically kind of like the first Captain America way back in the day.
Yeah. He was after Steve Rogers.
After Steve Rogers, he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier, but he's a super soldier. He has enhanced powers, and he was in captivity for the government.
He was
for years,
the Vietnam version of it.
Anyway, they bring him to the White House.
Yeah,
and I will say, remember we talked about our favorite battles last week?
Yep.
Where I focused on for those ones was just kind of like, except for the Endgame one, was just like personal battles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that fight scene in the White House was money.
Okay.
Everything that happened in that White House scene, I'm like, oh, I'm down for this. This is my jam right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really,
because it was tight. It was tight quarters.
It was tight quarters.
Yep.
Assassination attempts all over the place, hidden agents, like it was everything. I just loved it. I'm like, this is exactly what I love. Hidden agents.
Yeah,
they're just attacking from everywhere. People are stopping.
You don't know who's going to be bad.
Yeah, you don't know who's going to be bad, and then the person who does the assassination attempt first, you're like, holy shit! And then they throw down, and you're like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a great. Actually, I have no downside for that. That was just fun. Okay. So I really liked during that White House scene. Go ahead. You talk a little bit.
Okay. Well, if we're just talking about the actual thing, before I get too big with it.
Okay.
Let's talk about that. The people were brainwashed to kill the president.
Yeah.
It was generals. It was Isaiah Bradley. And everyone basically gets a weird text message on their phone. Yeah. They look at their phone. Their phone flashes and uses light to
trigger them.
to brainwash them with the light. And then a song turns on, which triggers the activation. Mm-hmm. And it all happens very quickly. And it's something they kind of figure out later. But if you watch it again, you can see it. They look at their phone. It flashes different colors. And that's what That's what brainwashes them, is the flashing, because the leader knows how to do it. Fair enough, whatever. And then a song turns on, activates the brainwashing, and their job is to go and kill and do whatever.
Yeah.
They set it up. Isaiah Bradley's not the only one doing it. There was other people there. And all these cameras in the White House saw them getting blinkered, right? Because they use the cameras to look after and see the blinker. They see the flashed, and everyone was in the room. Everyone in the room where the attack happened heard the music turn on. Like everyone heard that music, and then as soon as that happens, everyone stands up and starts shooting. So, if we're talking about this 30 movie world where brainwashing exists, a la Winter Soldier, everyone in that room would very quickly realize that there was a bunch of brainwashing going on, and
I don't know if they would.
And
I don't know if they would.
So even when, because I think they would. So even when the generals and Bradley Isaiah were put in jail, and Bradley Isaiah is put in a different cell because he's a super soldier, so fair enough. If all the generals are put together, which seems strange, but they're all put together in the same cell. They're all murdered by yet another brainwashed person, and this was witnessed by the president's main CIA assassin lady who watches it, and yet they still keep Isaiah Bradley in jail.
I think you did it just for the story part, just because they wanted to keep it as a Captain America thing instead of a Captain America Isaiah Bradley team up movie, which I don't think would have been as successful.
Totally, and they needed Captain America needed to save a brainwashed friend, just like the last one, right? He needed, but it's just if you take the one step before it, I'm like, well, there's no reason they'd keep him in jail. Because they've already tried to kill them, and they've at that point they know it's brainwashing.
Time out.
Yeah.
Time out.
Okay.
You're arrested for attempting to kill somebody. And not just somebody.
Yeah.
The president.
The president. Yeah.
Okay? I think that information about the brainwashing would come out in the trial after you've been charged. Okay? I'm just saying, that's just kind of how, I don't know, the law works. But that's just me.
Okay. But if this was Iron Man who that happened to, he'd be out.
I don't know. We can't. That's just speculative.
That's my. Okay, and I'll preempt this. A lot of my problem with these movies, as you'll see, with all the other movies, is that none of the writing is good. Right, the writing is just there to happen. Things happen to the characters because they have to. Things save the characters because they have to. The characters have these amorphous, non-really defined powers because they have to have them at certain points in times, and that's all Marvel movies. So it's just the kickback of the writing is a big problem for me, and we'll get into more reasons why. But that's my takeaway from that scene. Okay, go on, continue on.
Okay,
so President Assassin.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so. Anyway, he gets, Sam, he wants to reform the Avengers or whatever.
Well, yeah, the president tells Sam Wilson
to reform the Avengers. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then Sam goes on a mission to prove his friend was not at fault because something must have happened. There's no way Isaiah Bradley would do that.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yep.
That's a normal story beat. I don't know what's so lazy writing about that, Tanner.
We'll get there.
Anyway, and then he learns that there's this other guy who's pulling the strings. And he's learning it. And then the CIA lady you referred to, she's a step slower than he is. And they're just learning. And you know what? I don't think you could just look at be like, flash, flash, flash. She started doing, that's got to be mind control. I mean, you got to be, okay, let's learn a little bit more first before we make our decision here. Okay, we know for sure this guy tried to assassinate the president. Maybe we should just cross our T's and dot our I's before we just willy-nilly let him go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my argument, my counterpoint to your point.
Do you want my counterpoint?
Yeah, please.
It could have been anyone, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that he just happened to get the invite to go to this party, and he just happens to invite Isaiah Bradley to go. Do you think it would have been a better story beat if he invited Steve Rogers? Like old Steve Rogers? Do you think that would have been a more interesting... And then Steve Rogers is the one who does that? Do you think that would have had more teeth behind it?
No. It would have been cooler and more nostalgic, yes. Would have had more teeth, no, because the government didn't do to Steve Rogers what the government did to Isaiah Bradley.
By putting him in jail.
They had him in jail.
For Vietnam, they put him in jail for a long time. Yeah.
Like that was
like
his,
30 years.
That was his motive, right? Steve Rogers doesn't have a motive to do that.
Right.
Okay? So that's my counterpoint to that counterpoint.
We're going to have so many counterpoints.
We're going to have so many
I told you we're going to get riled up. It's good. Okay.
Listen, I want to say really quickly that
Yeah.
Sam Wilson, with the exception of the opening scene, really held his own in this movie for me. I thought he was a good Captain America.
Okay.
And I thought it was a good successor to Captain America. He had values, he had ideals, he had... there's a certain standing to his character, which I enjoyed.
Yep.
And I thought he had multiple times need to not only prove it, but had doubts thrown his way, and he had to overcome them.
Yeah, because a big
theme of this
movie is that he has no superpowers.
Yeah,
right.
And he's not worthy of the Captain America mantle.
Yeah, because he's just a normal person, and he doesn't have the super soldier serum, and he doesn't have superpowers.
Yeah,
he's just a dude in a suit that.
With a shield.
And
I will say the Wakandans upgraded his wings with vibranium, which was super awesome for this movie.
Right.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Because it made him because on paper, a fight between Red Hulk and this Captain America goes one-sided every time.
Yeah.
But the added vibranium shield and vibranium wings leveled the playing.
Was that enough? Because we're talking about a Hulk, and we're talking like a legit Hulk.
Well, he didn't beat the Hulk. He just stopped the Hulk.
Right. But he's taking hits and catching things. Yep. And I mean, Tony Stark made a Hulkbuster suit.
Yeah.
That couldn't beat the Hulk.
Yeah.
And we're telling me our boy here with wings and a shield is stopping the Hulk.
I'm just saying he didn't beat the Hulk, but he stepped up he stepped up.
Yeah. We'll get there too.
He stepped up. He used the tools he had, and he stepped up. And you know what? When he lost those tools, he was ready to die. He was like, I'm going out swinging.
I don't like that the Red Hulk was only in the movie for 8 minutes.
I did. I thought it would take away from the movie if he was in it for more than that. Because then it would be a Red Hulk movie.
Did they take too long getting there?
No.
Because Red Hulk doesn't come out till Act 3.
And the reason behind that, and it's the way you need to build this movie, is that the leader's not going to do a hand-to-hand combat with Sam Wilson.
Correct.
So that's not the final confrontation. You need a final confrontation, so the leader had to make the Red Hulk the guy to fight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like that's the progression here. You're challenging Captain America. He's trying to get him killed. And he's not trying to
get Captain America killed because the leader doesn't give a fuck about Captain America.
No, he said multiple times in the movie, "I'm going to have you killed."
Right, because he keeps wrecking his plans. But the leader's plan had nothing to do with Sam Wilson.
No, it had to do with ruining the president's reputation.
Yeah,
which again, it's geopolitical. It's a small scale Marvel movie that happened in a small area. That you know what I mean. Like I didn't need Green Hulk and everybody. I didn't need. Although Winter Soldier showing up and not doing anything was a little weird.
That was weird. Yeah,
especially when he's a senator. He should have been helping out.
Yeah, and he's trying to be like a congressman or something.
Yeah, he's going to be a congressman.
Is that a thing?
Did
they talk about that in the TV show? I didn't remember that in the TV show.
This is the first time we've heard of it.
Okay, because that felt weird. He shows up in like
Act 2.
He was like, it's kind of wasted on a joke, right? Like he doesn't offer to help with the fighting or at all, or he's not like, hey man, the exact same thing happened with me in the last Cap that's happening to you right now. It's just kind of like, hey, here's a really sad story. Haha, that's what my writers tell me to say. Okay, see ya. Like it was just camel baiting is all it was.
Well, this movie would have been better if Winter Soldier was in it.
I agree.
Yeah, and he should have been in it. And the only reason he's not in it is because he's literally carrying his own movie in May
soon, and a lot of this.
Yeah,
cinema, I think.
Yeah, so Winter Soldier's carrying the Thunderbolts come May, and that's why he wasn't in this one, which I understand. Again, I thought he held his own. Harrison Ford really went for it. Like
it surprised me.
He showed like this dude, like especially in this backflash, they're like when he had his mustache and they're showing him just lose it at the podium.
Yeah.
You're okay. This guy has a lot of pent up rage with a lot of people, and so sparking him to get mad enough to turn into Red Hulk is a completely plausible ending to this and a plausible plan by the leader for me.
Yeah,
and the leader's doing this to get back at him because President Thunderbolt Ross promised the leader that you get me elected and I will finally release you. Because technically, the leader didn't do anything wrong except help.
He was just being held.
Bruce Banner.
He was just being held illegally.
He was helping Bruce Banner, and he was an enhanced individual with his brain.
Yeah.
So he didn't really do anything. So the leader's just trying to get back at this guy.
Yeah. It's just revenge again, right?
It's a revenge.
Fuck you. Revenge.
And you know what? Revenge is the most simplest, best plot. Look at your Kill Bills. Look at Captain America: Civil War. It's just a complete revenge plot with Baron Zemo. Love it.
So how do we get through this whole movie without Bruce Banner in it? That's my question to you. Like, is literally the Incredible Hulk 2. Yeah. Everything ties in from that movie. It's Ross. He talks about his daughter. They talk about Banner in this movie. And at not one point, he doesn't show up. Like, it just...
Well, here's the thing. I love how everyone's like, "Hey, just show up." Well, maybe he's in fucking San Francisco. Maybe he's in San Francisco.
No, he should have been in this movie.
Well, you don't know that though. Like
I do. He should have been in this movie.
No, what I'm saying is you don't like. There's logistics around it. Like everyone just can't show up all the time. Like sometimes shit just happens and there's nobody around to help you right now.
But is it because
you could make that argument for every other standalone Marvel movie, and the problem with that is we can't progress character farther when we just expect everyone to show up to help everybody all the time.
But it's not new about showing up to help. This is Bruce Banner's story. And the problem is, this Captain America doesn't have any enemies. And that's why they're using this story. This Captain America has no enemies. He has no rival. It's not Red Skull. It's not Thanos.
Not yet.
It's not the leader. He has no enemies. And so they had to grab a story that already existed with point spots that already existed, and they put him in an Incredible Hulk 2 movie. But to not put Bruce Banner in the story, like, this is Bruce Banner's story. It really is.
You know,
but they didn't. He doesn't have a villain, so they had to give him someone to put him in this villain.
But he did have a villain. His villain is Thunderbolt Ross. And
when
historically,
and
Thunderbolt Ross is the one who put him in the raft in Civil War.
Yeah, with 4 other ones.
Yeah, but he went against the treaties or the accords.
Yeah,
and Thunderbolt Ross put him in jail for it. Like there's a rivalry there. There's trust issues there, and so he's trying to stop Thunderbolt Ross after he finds out all this shit, just as much as he's trying to stop the leader,
who's should have been stopping Bruce Banner. What is your thoughts on them using Japan? So America, they're all fighting over the Celestial, and Japan's the bad guy. Now they use Japan because Disney's never going to use fucking China as the bad guy.
Ever.
It should have been China. That would have made sense. Japan is not fighting anyone, let alone the fucking American government for anything.
Well, if it's in the Pacific Ocean, then it should be Japan. They're the closest superpower, closest to the Celestial.
Yeah, but in reality, Japan's not.
I don't know why
anything.
France was in it. That doesn't make sense.
And then India.
Yeah, those guys. India makes more sense than some, but France didn't make any sense.
France made no sense.
France made less sense.
France was super excited about it, and then I guess I don't know if there's any French colonies down there, but yeah, they use Japan because they can't use China. At the end of the day, it would have been more sense to use China, but they want to sell this movie in China, so they're not going to make China the bad guy.
Yeah, they're never going to make China.
So it felt I don't know. It felt weird to me that Japan was all of a sudden in this, and they're freaking.
But Japan's not really the bad guy. They're the people that just disagree with the United States. They're like, yeah, no, you got a messy kitchen. I don't want to join with you.
It would have made more sense to me if it was China. Because that would make I could see China being like, yeah, fuck off, I can do this too. Like, who the fuck are you?
I think the other reason is China and the United States don't agree on anything now. So I don't know why in a prospective movie they would agree on anything there. Can I say really quickly?
Yeah.
Again, the Serpent Society was in this movie.
Yes, they were.
And specifically the character of Sidewinder. Now, they did some reshoots and brought Sidewinder into this movie when originally they had Cobra. Was it the Cobra?
Cobra.
And a female who played someone else.
Of the Sidewinder Society.
Of the Serpent Society.
What was her name?
Yeah. They originally had
Diamondback or something.
Yeah, and they filmed them, and they cut all their parts, and they reshot it and brought Sidewinder in. And I actually thought all the Sidewinder stuff was really good. Particularly, there was this one part where Sam's just talking and he's driving, and all of a sudden, bam, this attack from Sidewinder starts happening. I'm like that brought me back to Captain America Winter Soldier fights. I'm like, that's awesome.
It's almost like that was the plan, and then they had a knife fight in the roadway.
What I'm saying is the action set pieces, with the exception of the very first fight, were all really good.
I do like that I do like for the reason like you said that I like that they're small, and I like that there's no fucking space lasers, that they're just flying around. Like, I do like that because they rely on those space lasers and the big things too much.
Yeah.
But I mean, Anthony Mackie fought a 65-year-old man in that movie, and I mean, as cool as he is, as an amazing actor as he is, this was not Bucky Barnes and Steve Rogers fighting in a roadway. This was, I mean, Anthony Mackie beating the shit out of a 64-year-old man.
Okay, now let me just say,
Yeah.
if a supposedly super trained Sidewinder at 65-year-old fought me at my physical peak at age 35, the 65 could definitely still kind of win.
But if you take his walker away, you'll be fine.
I thought the Sidewinder stuff was good.
Are you okay that they didn't make him a snake person?
No, I'm very much happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Because in the comic books, he's a snake man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I like that they didn't give the Serpent Society all these snake-like abilities.
He's not a snake man.
No, it's more just like, hey, this is our group, and here we go. And I'm hoping that there's maybe an extended cut that shows me those cut characters. Unless it's a snake-like ability, then I don't want to see it. I overall give this movie a 7 out of 10, maybe even a 7.5.
Okay.
Again, the espionage wing is still my favorite. I thought this was a fun, finely deserved sequel to the Incredible Hulk. And yes, you could say, oh, the Hulk needs to be a... Well, yes and no, because Thunderbolt Ross is really the character that they focused on from that movie. And so it's still a sequel, just with a different character. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
My big points are, again, the opening scene was kind of meh. It picked up amazingly at the White House scene, and then from there, every action set piece nailed it for me. The fight at the end with Falcon and Red Hulk, really good. Like, that was a good fight.
See, I didn't think the CGI was good at all.
Okay. I found that when he grabbed something with his hand, the Red Hulk, I could tell the CGI wasn't good in those scenes.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I couldn't tell after that. Just only when he grabbed stuff.
Do you think?
But I think the 3D had something to do with it.
Here's what I thought there was a mispoint too in that, because I honestly thought they were going to do this, because they set up quite a bit throughout the movie that President Ross's major driving factor here was to do right by his daughter Betty, who hasn't talked to him since the Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah.
So he's trying to do right by her.
Yes.
And there are 3 separate occasions between him talking about it or him trying to call his daughter about wanting to walk with her in the Pink Tree Park, whatever that's called.
Yeah, the Cherry Blossom
Park, right? In Washington. Like 3 times, correct?
Yeah.
They do it several times as well. So when the fight between Captain America and the Red Hulk ends up in the Cherry Blossom Park, I thought, oh, hey. And here's why. Because I knew they're not going to kill Harrison Ford. I knew they were not going to kill the Red Hulk, and they're not going to kill Captain America.
They can't kill the Red Hulk.
Correct. So in my head, I'm like, well, they're not just going to have Captain America say a sentence and bring the Hulk down. I mean, that's fucking stupid. What they're going to do, because they laid out the pieces for it, they're going to have Betty in the park waiting for her dad or thinking about it, and then they'd see each other, and she would talk to him, and I'm like, okay, you know what? That's actually a smarter way to do it. But nope, they just had Captain America talk him down.
But listen, if they would have done that, then you'd have been like, of course, that's the only thing. Like, that would have been the most would you have been satisfied with the most predictable thing they could have done?
That would have made sense.
Listen, if Black Widow can talk down...
But they have a relationship. They were lovers.
Okay, listen.
Right? And
listen,
as you said before, Ross doesn't like Mac or doesn't like Captain America and vice versa. So he just says, hey man, you're not bad. Just don't be bad. And Red Hulk's like, yeah, okay, I'll be bad. It just turns back into an 83-year-old man.
I didn't have as much problem with it as you, because it was obviously a little more eloquent than what you just said.
Was it, though?
It was. It was.
I mean, I get the point they're trying to make there, because they're trying to say, look, he doesn't have super serum, but he's a good person with good morals, and he's going to stand up for it, and if he dies, he dies. He's doing his thing.
And Thunderbolt Ross, deep down, recognizes those traits.
Yes.
I just want to point out,
wants to be good.
I just want to point out something. That you're like, this movie doesn't have a villain. Or Captain America doesn't have a villain.
He doesn't.
I just want to go a little bit further with that, okay? In The Incredible Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross was the villain.
Correct.
Okay? In Civil War,
Abomination.
In Civil War, Thunderbolt Ross was the villain.
I would say the Hydra was the villain.
Well, I'm just let's like, he was a villain. I'm not saying he's the villain. He's a villain. Okay, he was definitely a villain in Civil War. In Black Widow, he's a villain. He's never been the good guy.
No, I wouldn't say a straight up villain. Like he's the roadblock for a lot of the story points in those movies, but he's not the villain of Civil War.
Nobody likes him.
No, you're right.
But the audience doesn't like him.
But he's not the big bad of the movie either.
But
like he's a roadblock.
That's what I'm
sure.
saying. This time he is, and this time he's at the forefront of being that villain. And everything he's done in this movie, except for this accord thing or this treaty,
that he's trying to
has
do.
all been bad. He hasn't done anything respectable in this movie.
Yeah.
He snaps at staff members. He spasses out at the podium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything he does is not great.
Yeah.
He treats Captain America disrespectfully. Right? Like everything he does is
You're not
villain-like.
Steve Rogers.
So I'm just saying he's the villain of this movie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I think he's one of the main characters of this movie.
He is the second main character.
Yeah. I don't know
But
if I'd say villain though.
He's the antithesis.
Yeah. What's right?
I don't know.
So you give it a what out of what?
I give it a 7 or 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I am looking forward to rewatching this movie. I will rewatch this movie many times.
I think you can really tell that there were 3 subjective reshoots in this movie. Like you can really see the editing. Like you can see the movie. Like remember for when they're on the ship, they're in the sea battles.
Good battle, by the way.
What's her? I don't remember her name. The Black Widow agent lady. She shows up on the boat in a super suit. She said she has a jacket on. She has like a Black Widow super suit on.
Oh, okay.
Never brought up in the movie again. Right? You can just feel there was a ton of reshoots in this movie to make it work, and you can see that, and they didn't land that. And
all the reshoots were the Sidewinder character mostly, and I thought they all landed.
I think there's more than
all
that.
the Sidewinder stuff landed for me.
I think they cut a bunch out and threw some in. Like it felt like a rescue of a movie. Harrison Ford did a good job. I'm surprised he put as much into it because Harrison Ford's pretty checked out. I think sometimes
all the time, yeah.
So it surprised me how much he put into this movie because he's doing his best. He's 83. He's acting in there. I'll give it to him for sure. I like Anthony Mackie. I just don't know if he can lead a movie. We never talked about the new Falcon guy. I don't think we have to.
He was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He was his buddy in that movie. So we've actually seen this guy before.
Was he in it before?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We've seen this guy before. Joaquin.
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought of that either.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, he was his buddy in that one.
So, yeah, I'd give it a 5.
A 5?
Yeah, it's watchable, man, but this does nothing. The only thing... Okay, this movie's over. The movie ends.
Yeah.
The only thing this movie has brought is adamantium.
Okay, listen. Can we not just have a movie in the MCU? Like, here's the problem: the MCU has set themselves up so poorly that everyone expects us every movie to set forward the bigger picture every time. I am okay having a movie that's just the movie that uses characters from the larger MCU. Black Widow is like that. This one's like that. I don't need some giant future story to be set ahead in my solo movies. I just give me a good solo movie story. And I will say I liked the writing in this solo story.
Yeah.
I thought it made sense, this story.
Okay.
For this character.
Yeah.
It had a good character arc.
Yeah.
Redemption arcs, prove you can do it arc, fish out of water arc, everything, it all worked in this movie. Okay?
Yeah.
And I don't think we should penalize it for being its own story and not a part of the bigger MCU.
I would agree with you, but then we both be wrong. Yeah, we both be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're wrong.
All right, 7 and a 5.
7.5. I'm going to 7.5.
Oh, 7.5 is just to spite my 5. I'm just going to round it up.
I'm rounding it up, which is essentially an 8.
So would you tell people to go watch this movie?
Yeah, I say go see it.
Okay,
it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie in there.
I will say wait for Disney Plus.
Listen, forget a superhero movie. This is a good action movie. There's good action in this movie.
Yeah,
I like it.
But Marvel hasn't built a world where we can only expect this.
And I'll say this. I'll go even further. This goes to all the hockey fans out there. This is the
NHL of the Marvel movies.
The story in this movie was a hell of a better story than Deadpool and Wolverine. Made more sense than Deadpool and Wolverine. Had a better bad guy than Deadpool and Wolverine.
It had a
the
bad
only
guy.
reason people like Deadpool
Didn't have a bad
the only
guy.
reason they like Deadpool and Wolverine is because of all this nostalgia bait
Yeah.
and the jokes.
Yeah.
But it was a terrible movie. Like an actual cohesive story with the ending that was completely stupid.
Yeah, they had.
Like,
there was no story.
And
in that
the
movie.
reason why I'm telling you this is because you're like, well, this is the third highest money maker. Oh, fuck that. The other
we
one,
sound like that?
yeah, that's what we sound like.
Okay.
And it doesn't deserve it because this is a better story about a better character with a better resolution, a better character.
Yes, called Bruce Banner, who's not in the movie.
It was in the movie, so it's not about him.
Yeah, well, it felt like it was. Felt like it was the Incredible Hulk 2, and he wasn't in the movie.
It wasn't the Incredible Hulk 2. This was Thunderbolt Ross Part 2, Captain America Part 4.
Watch the scenes here. So take what you like, and go enjoy or don't. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. But we went to a movie. Maybe this is why we don't go to movies lots.
No, this is good. This is why we want to go to movies.
And so now you have you guys' picks. What's our next movie we're going to go to? Thunderbolts, right?
Yeah, probably Thunderbolts.
Is the next one?
Yeah, because I don't know anything else that's coming out.
I don't know anything else that's coming out.
Yeah, I would say Thunderbolts is the next one we go to.
I am more excited for Thunderbolts than I ever was for Captain America.
Okay.
I still don't believe it's going to be good, but that's because I go into that with every Marvel movie now. But we'll go see, and then we'll talk about that one.
And we saw from the trailers. I just made a guess. Again, I've been on complete media darkness for everything that I want to see.
Yeah.
And so
But there was a trailer,
I
though.
did not see anything. It was a stupid Twitter post is what spoiled Red Hulk for me, and then the poster of the movie.
And then he's on
spoiled that for me
everything.
because
Yeah.
I didn't know. I wouldn't have known Red Hulk was in
Really,
this
because
movie.
he's been in everything.
I didn't know the leader was in this movie. Obviously,
Yeah, that was a wreck.
And before this movie, I chose to watch the Thunderbolts trailer. Usually I close my eyes and plug my ears.
Okay.
I'm at a movie, I don't want to see the trailer.
Yeah.
And it looks like, if I had to guess,
Yeah.
that the Sentry is the bad guy. in this
100%
movie.
Sentry.
Yeah, that's my
100%
guess.
in Sentry. Yeah.
And then for those of you who know who the Sentry is a character created by Brian Michael Bendis for the new Avengers comic that came out circa 2008, 2007, maybe 2006. And it was right after the Avengers broke up.
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
Big deal.
Anyway, the Sentry was this guy that he's got mental issues, and he thought he was half the Void and half the Sentry, and the Void is like some big terrifying black hole type villain.
Yeah.
And then he's the good part
The
of
good
that,
version.
and
Yeah.
then so he can't control the Void, and the Void comes out when it wants to, and so that's what it looked like in this Thunderbolt one.
Yeah.
And if it is, then it's got the same problem as the Suicide Squad movie, that the Thunderbolts aren't strong enough to take on the Void.
No, they are not.
Or the Sentry, for that matter.
Like, that's an Avengers level threat.
That's an Avengers level threat. So that's going to be my big problem just going into the Thunderbolts.
And what do you have in Thunderbolts? You have 2 super soldiers. You have a Black Widow.
You got Ghost from Ant-Man and Wasp.
A thief, which really
thief.
is all it is. A thief with tech. You have Taskmaster,
Taskmaster.
who they haven't really...
Shown in that.
And they haven't really done like a good Taskmaster. Like, it's not... The Taskmaster in the MCU is not the Taskmaster from the comics.
No.
And so I don't really know if they've really given that person powers. I don't think they have. And who else is there? There's one other dude.
Helena Belova, the spy. And then Red Guardian. So 3 super soldiers.
Him, Winter Soldier,
Red Guardian.
Winter Soldier, and who?
And Winter Soldier.
And Red Guardian.
Yeah.
That's
Winter
good.
Soldier, Red Guardian, and U.S. Agent.
U.S. Agent. Sorry, that's what I was thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
And he took the serum? I
He...
couldn't remember. Is he a serum person?
Yeah, he's a serum guy.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's a serum
I don't
guy.
remember if he was, because I did watch that show, but it wasn't great.
And it turned him bad.
Okay.
Nobody liked him.
Yeah. It's fair. That's Kurt Russell's son.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt Russell. That, my friend, is going to take us into something we like to call the
Top 5.
Top 5. top 5. We have an interesting top 5 today, Corbin. We are doing them together.
Yes.
I'm bringing the idea this time. You don't. Well, you know what it is because I have to tell you to prep. But I don't know your answers. You don't know my answers. Today's top 5 is the best or most interesting cameos in movies. Now, quick cameos was kind of my idea, and no, I know that's fine because I figured you were going to. I tried to assume which cameos you were going to pick, and so I tried to go one step off the beaten path with my picks to try and avoid the samesies.
Shouldn't you go top 5 if it's a top 5?
My top 5.
Yeah, but shouldn't you be a top 5?
This is my top 5.
But you said you tried not to do what I would do.
Right, I tried not to be a plain Jane. I tried to pick my own.
So after I name my top 5, I'd
Yeah.
like you to tell me if any of these were your top 5. I think maybe one of them, maybe two of them will be on your top 5. Now, when you say cameo, there's a couple things that I think of when I think of a cameo.
Walk me through it.
There's regular cameos, which are
Yeah.
quick.
Hello, and
Yes.
leaving. Yeah.
And then there's extended cameos.
Yeah.
And then I have one in here which is a special asterisk cameo.
Oh.
Which is an actual announced cameo before the movie came out.
Okay.
But when you watch the movie, you didn't realize it was a cameo until you watched the movie.
So you think they're a part of the movie proper, and then you're just like, oh, that was just a cameo after all that time.
That's right.
I see. You know what? I like that. I'll allow that. That's a fun little change of pace.
All right.
Rosie.
Rosie? Yes, I know
Yeah,
Rosie.
Rosie's been on our show.
Yes, I talked to him the other day.
Friend of the show. We were talking about this top 5. I gave him some of my answers. He said they were dumb, and I was dumb for choosing them. And no one has ever watched the movies I'm about to say.
Oh, that means I'm not going to know any of these.
And he gave me one of his.
Okay.
Do you want to know his?
Let's look
Rosie's?
at this.
Rosie's was Thunder Lips from Rocky 3, a.k.a. Hulk Hogan.
That's a good cameo.
That was his cameo.
I didn't think of that.
Neither did I, and he called me stupid for mine.
I will say though, Rocky 3 is not the most greatest movie I've ever
the
seen.
worst one.
Like all the movies that I'm going to name are all good movies.
All of mine are better than Rocky 3.
Yeah, all of mine are better than Rocky 3.
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, all of mine are better than like 10 Rocky 3s combined.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
So, top 5
So I go
cameos
first.
in
Now
movies.
we talk about this.
You
I go first. I go first.
And then the bringer goes last.
That's right.
Number 5.
Bill Murray in Zombieland.
Oh, yeah. I hovered around all of it. But
Yeah?
I didn't pick it.
Yeah, I mean, and this is an extended cameo because he's in it, but he's in it for like a chunk. But when he comes in, like he gets to do the Ghostbusters bit.
Yeah.
he acts like Bill.
Yeah,
Like
he's just being Bill Murray.
He's just being himself.
Yeah.
and he's just awesome in this movie. And seeing him again back together with Woody Harrelson after Kingpin, which I love.
Yeah.
This is just hits the notes for me.
And one of the best death scenes in a long time. Like when he's like, well. You know what? Because it was apathy. He had true apathy when he died.
Any regrets? Garfield.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
Fun fact about Garfield.
Yeah.
Okay. Bill Murray plays the voice of Garfield in the movie.
I didn't know.
Garfield.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Bill Murray's the voice of Garfield.
Yeah.
Okay. But when I was a kid, the voice of Peter Venkman in the Ghostbusters cartoon was the voice of Garfield.
Was the Garfield voice actor.
That's right.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird.
How
maybe because
life turns out?
Well, maybe because they sound like Bill Murray.
Yeah, maybe. He kind of did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of Bill Murray.
That's great. Yeah,
I like that.
great. Yeah.
Number 5. Mine, number 5, is Lucy Lawless in Spider-Man, original 2002 Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire.
Oh my God! When did she show up?
Yeah.
Remind me of this.
It's during when he first gets his powers and he's out there and all the media's talking about him, and they Sam Raimi-ish, they splash cut through multiple different New Yorkers who like voice an opinion on Spider-Man, and they crash cut to her, and she's dressed up like a hooker, and she says, "A guy with 8 hands sounds hot." That was Lucy Lawless.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was Lucy Lawless.
Lucy Lawless is in that movie.
Yeah, Lucy Lawless in that movie.
I think we all as boys appreciated Lucy Lawless when we were.
We all appreciate Lucy Lawless.
I appreciated her even more once I watched Spartacus. You ever seen Spartacus?
I have watched Spartacus.
I really appreciated her in that movie.
Yeah.
So for all the boys out there, shout out to Lucy Lawless.
Yeah. Keep doing you, girl.
Keep you doing you.
You do you, girl.
You do you. Number 4. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
This is going to blow your fucking mind.
I'm ready. Give it to me.
Cate Blanchett
Okay.
in Hot Fuzz. Oh. Can you name where she is?
No. Hold on.
And when I tell you, you're going to be like, that's fucking awesome. No, don't
No.
look.
Okay,
Googles, no
go.
Googles. Okay, so he gets the news that he has to go to Newton Haven.
Yeah.
And he goes to tell his ex-girlfriend. And he goes to a crime scene where everyone's dressed up in hazmat suits and their faces are all covered.
Yeah.
And he starts telling his girlfriend, and that is
Who's
Kate
in the
Blanchett.
hazmat suit?
And that's Kate Blanchett.
No shit. I wouldn't have thought about it.
Yeah. Check it out next time. Kate Blanchett.
But she takes it off.
No.
She never takes the mask off?
No.
He just talks to her.
Just talks to her.
And she talks back?
Yeah, she does.
God,
they have a
I gotta
great
watch
conversation.
I got to rewatch that movie.
Yeah. You got to watch Hot Fuzz, man. Kate
Okay, I
Blanchett,
would not have
Hot
not have
Fuzz,
guessed.
right
That's
at
a
the
good one.
beginning.
Hey, Corbin?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Better than Rocky 3?
Yeah.
Hey, Rosie.
Fucking Rosie.
Rosie, how about you bring how about you bring it next time?
My number 4 is John Hurt in Spaceballs, 1987.
Hurt in Spaceballs. Yes, because he's in the thing. He gets the thing come out of his chest. That's awesome.
It's such a great cameo. Same suit, same actor, same alien, and he's in the fucking diner, and he even looks down and it pops. He goes, "Not again!" And it's just a fucking great.
That's
great cameo.
That's a great cameo. I agree. I did not think of that.
It's one of the high points of all Spaceballs that they got him in there to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a, you know what? And then the thing starts dancing to
Yeah.
Hello, my baby.
Hello, my darling.
And I remember as a kid, I watched Spaceballs, and I didn't get it because I hadn't watched Aliens.
Same for me. Exactly.
I
for
don't
me.
get this.
Yeah.
And
It didn't dawn on me. And then when you watch Aliens, you're like, did I see this before?
Where is this
Where have
from?
I seen this? Who's copying Spaceballs?
Yeah. Who's doing that?
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Number 3.
Okay, now, so here's the problem with this one. I ranked it pretty high because this cameo earned an Oscar nomination.
Oh, okay.
Okay? But at the same time, I don't remember the movie that well.
Okay.
So I put it high because of the accolade.
Okay, fair enough.
Can you guess what it is?
I have no idea. That one got an Oscar nomination.
Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes. Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder.
Okay. Is this a cameo? Because I really had a hard time with this.
This is a cameo to me.
Okay.
To me, it is. And if you don't think this one is, then you're going to definitely disagree with my number 2.
Fair. I really had a hard because it's just he's in so much of the movie, and his character becomes like integral to the plot.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that removes the cameo status. I don't know. I could be swayed either way on this one.
He shows up. He makes you laugh. It's the most un-Tom Cruise character.
It is such a good character.
Just makes you laugh for a good 5-6 minutes.
What's your name for your fuck face? It's a really fun character.
It's a fun character, fun movie that they'll never make ever again. A movie like that.
Yeah.
It's just I had to put it here because he got nominated for an Oscar.
I had a cameo for this movie I was going to use. It wasn't Tom Cruise. It was that movie. I didn't use it, but it was fun.
Which one's that?
I'm not going to say it because I listed this down to 5, and I don't waver on my 5. I picked 5. It's been cut.
Oh,
we don't care about it. I'll
oh,
tell you.
wow,
I'll tell you after. Number 3. I don't think you're going to like this one, and I picked this one. It's a stupid movie and kind of a dumb cameo, but I liked it because of the setting, and I liked it because it was the movie that I like. So the movie is A Million Ways to Die in the West. Okay. South Park creator Seth MacFarlane movie.
No, not South Park creator. That's
Family Guy. Sorry, it's a Western movie.
Yes, funny movie.
Seth MacFarlane, and it is Christopher Lloyd's cameo.
Yes,
when he's just riding his horse through town, sees sparks in a barn, pokes his head in, and then Christopher Lloyd's Doc Brown like covers up the obvious DeLorean under a cart. It's like, nothing, don't get anything. And the guy's like, oh, okay, it's fucking weird, and just leaves. And then he gives a great Scott. So I don't know. I like that. That's
a good cameo.
Just the stupid villain cameo. I liked it.
Listen, you know what? I find that the comedy cameos are better than most other cameos, right?
Yeah, better than Rosie's.
Better than Rocky Part 3.
Yeah.
Does Rosie still listen to our podcast?
I doubt it.
Rosie, if you're listening to this, Rocky 3 is not a good movie.
Yeah, and you should feel bad.
You should feel bad about it. He's going to tell me next time.
He is.
Number 2. You're not going to like this.
I don't think you're going to like mine either.
I'm going to tell you this because it's an extended cameo. And like I told you before, you don't know it's a cameo. Because it's like this person
is this the trailer? Is this the trailer one?
This person is on. They're in the trailer.
Okay, yeah.
No. They're in the trailer for the movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're in the trailer.
They're in the trailer. They're on the poster.
They're on the poster even.
But when you watch it, you're like, That's a fucking cameo right there. And that's because she dies 10 minutes into the movie.
Oh, Scream.
Drew Barrymore in Scream.
But what a great intentional rug pull.
Yeah.
Like, they did that intentionally.
Yeah.
And you got to give them credit for that.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And
no, I like it.
And not only that, but the amount of oomph her performance has in this movie, because without that gut punch of an opening, this movie dies.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think it has any.
No,
legs.
did she knew what it was, right, going in. Like, they didn't bring her in saying, "Hey, you're the star, let's go."
Drew Barrymore is the producer of this movie. She brought this movie to the studio, and they wanted her to play the lead. She goes, "No, I'm playing this character." She's the one who asked for it.
Oh, good.
And then she asked to be that one because she wanted that.
She knew that would happen.
She knew that would happen. Yeah, this is
awesome.
This is all masterminded by Drew Barrymore. She's literally behind everything. Her first, she dumped a ton of her money into her own production company.
Yeah.
Got this movie rights. And went to the studio with it.
And has made a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, this is all Drew Barrymore. She's a star for this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I that's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great.
Number 2.
Mine's not as good.
Okay.
But I just really like this movie.
Okay.
And we've talked about these guys a lot lately, I feel like.
This one should be better than 5, 4, and 3.
Oh, it is in my mind.
Okay, good.
Because I really like this movie.
Okay. What's the movie?
And I remember, this is one of my earliest ones I remember as a youth, like realizing what I'm seeing as a cameo and realizing the joke behind it is my setup.
Okay.
The movie is 1994's Maverick.
Oh.
And the cameo is Danny Glover.
Danny Glover's in Maverick? I don't remember that.
He is in Maverick.
What does he do?
So, Maverick star, Lethal Weapon star.
Mel Gibson.
He goes to collect his money from his friend who owns a bank in a town. Mm-hmm. And while he's at the bank is robbed by bank robbers. And they all get down, and they all get down, and he's getting pissed off because he's not going to get his money. And Maverick kind of looks at the bank robber because the bank robber's black, and he's talking. He's like, "Oh, get down!" Blah, blah, blah. And so he kind of gets close as the bank robber's not paying attention to him. He's staring at him, and like he knows him. And then he just pulls the mask off the bank robber, and it's Danny Glover. And as soon as he pulls it off, they look at each other, surprised, and they play the Lethal Weapon sting, like a jazzy fucking rock guitar sting. And they stare at each other, and they do that. They hold it for probably 8 seconds, and they just stare at each other like, "How the fuck do I know you?" And they do that, and they kind of like. And he just pulls it on and runs away. And then as he gets on his horse, he says, I'm getting too old for this shit. As he rides away.
God, I haven't seen that movie forever.
Yeah, it's just that was my first one I realized. I'm like, hey, that's from Lethal Weapon. That's my first kind of cameo I remembered.
That's good.
So that was my number 2.
I love it.
Yeah.
Number 1. Man, did I bail out easy on this one.
Okay.
I bailed out so easy.
Okay.
And it's because this person is the king of cameos.
Okay.
They've had more cameos than any other person ever.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I know. I believe I know what you're talking about.
It's Stan Lee. And it's for every Marvel movie, also including Mallrats.
I was going to say, he's done a lot of other movie cameos, too.
Yeah, he did Mallrats, which was the first time I've seen him do a cameo, and I loved him in that movie.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Mallrats?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, he's in every how do you have to give the nod to the guy who's the greatest cameo actor ever.
He's been in everything.
He's literally done it all, and different versions of it. Like, it's not the same stuff every time. He does something.
Yeah,
he does something funny every time. And I'm looking at this list, and I'm like, how do you not put you have to put Stan Lee number 1.
Yeah, I looked at Stan Lee. I looked at Alfred Hitchcock, who's been in a fuck ton of cameos, mostly his own movies. Mm-hmm. But I went again to one that I liked. I liked the character, and I loved the movie. But I didn't know it was a cameo till like 20 years later.
Are we talking about your number 1?
Yeah, I moved on. Number 1! Gene Hackman and Young Frankenstein.
Oh, geez. God, I haven't seen Young Frankenstein in forever.
Yeah, 1974, another Mel Brooks movie, because I'm a big Mel Brooks fan.
Yeah.
And I always liked this movie, and it was always hilarious. Gene Wilder fucking crushing it, right? And the character was super funny. There's a blind monk who comes in and feeds Frankenstein's monster soup. but he's blind, and so he keeps pouring the soup of ladle in the lap of Frankenstein's monster because he can't fucking see. And it's a super quick scene, and the guy is super gruff and hilarious, and he's got a big beard, he looks like a big monk, but it's Gene Hackman. And he just comes in and he delivers. Who's a very at this point, like, just coming off his cop movies, like, super serious crazy actor, right? Like, coming off his what was the movies he did Bonnie Clyde,
French Connection,
he did the Poseidon Adventure, the French Connection, and this is like the year after, so he's coming off these big heavy movies, and he's just pouring soup all over the monster's lap with his hot soup. It's a hilarious scene.
I gotta watch that.
And I didn't realize, like, 20 years later it was Gene Hackman.
That's cool.
And that's my favorite top 5.
I love it.
Cameo movie.
You said you thought I would put what you knew what I'd put on my thing. What did you think I'd put on mine?
Tom Cruise, I knew would be on there. Bill Murray, I knew would be on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the other one, no, the other ones just surprised me.
All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that was fun. Do we have time, Corbyn, my dear friend?
We got time for a game.
We
got one last game. Let's do it.
I made a new game.
All right. I don't even know what it is.
You don't even know? I didn't even tell you what's going on.
I'm ready to go.
This game is called Name That Nick.
Name that Nick?
Name That Nick.
Name that Nick.
I will give you the in-universe nickname of a character from a TV or a movie, and you have to tell me their real in-universe character name.
Oh, God. I'm not going to do good at this.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to do well.
I'm going to give you the nickname, and I will tell you the movie they're in, but you lose half a point.
Okay. So I'll ask for a hint, then you tell me the movie.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to start off easy so you kind of get where I'm going with it, okay? Nickname, Dirty Harry.
That is Harry Callahan from the Dirty Harry movies.
Exactly. I would have taken detective, but we'll go with it as you said. Harry Callahan, 100% right. Good job.
Bing, 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 bing.
Next one.
Yeah.
The Dude.
Geez. That's going to be Lebowski. What's his name?
Yeah. What is his name?
What's his fucking name?
Name that Nick.
Bob Lebowski. No? Okay. Jesus. I don't know his first name.
The movie's The Big Lebowski.
I know. The movie's The Big Lebowski. Stan? What's his fucking name?
Jeffrey Lebowski.
Jeff Lebowski.
Jeff Lebowski. What's his name?
I didn't know that. I've only seen that movie once. True story.
Oh, it's a good rewatch.
I should
go back and rewatch.
Okay.
This is a trick question.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you it's a trick question.
This is a trick question.
Okay. The Gimp. From Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew it was from Pulp Fiction, so you can't dock me half point.
No, that's fine. It's a trick question.
It's a trick question.
Yeah.
Bring out the Gimp.
Yeah.
So the Gimp is... Why is it a trick question, though?
Yeah.
I don't know the names of the characters in Pulp Fiction. Son of a bitch. I don't know the names of the characters in Pulp Fiction.
You're right. He didn't have a name.
Yes!
Next one. Hot Lips.
Oh, Hot Lips Houlihan. What's her first name? It's from MASH.
Yeah, it is.
What's her?
I like this.
What's her name? Houlihan.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Hot Lips Houlihan is how I know her.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wendy Houlihan.
Margaret.
Damn it.
Major Margaret Houlihan.
I didn't know that. I knew half of it.
I'll give you half a point because you pulled that one out pretty quick.
Thank you.
Next we have Ducky.
Ducky.
I
don't like it when I don't know what movie it's from. Don't tell me yet.
I won't. I'll wait.
Ducky. Who the fuck is Ducky? You know what? This is not good for airtime and listening experience. So I'm going to ask what movie it is.
The movie is Pretty in Pink.
Oh, yeah. John Cryer's character.
It is John Cryer's character.
I don't know his name.
I wouldn't have known this either. It is Philip F. Dale.
How the fuck am I supposed to know that?
I don't know. I don't know if they say it in the movie, but that is the name.
Philip F. Dale.
It gets dangerous.
You know what? I'm not doing good at this game so far.
That's okay.
I'm not doing well.
There's not a lot. I only put 10 on this.
I'm not doing well.
The next I have, you'll do fine on this one. The next is McLovin.
McLovin, his name is Jesus. I don't know his
Come
name.
on. They say this name quite a bit in the movie.
What the fuck is his name? I know his actor name.
Yeah.
What's his real name?
Yeah, they say it several times.
Oh, they probably do say it so many times.
For fuck's sakes. It's a dumb fucking name.
Fuck off. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
Fogel.
What's his first name?
It's just Fogel.
It's just Fogel?
That's all he has in the movie, Fogel.
Fogel.
For fuck's sakes, Fogel. Oh, McLovin.
Son of a bitch.
McLovin, super bad. Great movie, by the way.
It is a good movie.
Next is McMurphy.
No, I got nothing.
From Cuckoo's Nest.
Nope.
Randall Patrick McMurphy.
No.
Okay.
No, I got nothing.
Another good movie, by the way. This one might be tough. I think
This one might be tough?
this one might be tough.
Jeez, you're just
you're
ringing my balls here,
I think
man.
the next two you're going to get. This one should be
Jesus.
tough. The Nick, name that Nick Ratso.
Fucking great. Did you Google like the hardest nicknames in movies?
No, there was less than you'd think that I could find.
Jesus. This is not a successful game. This is like that time I did that one with you where you just crashed and burned.
The movie,
What
is Midnight Cowboy.
No, I've never seen it.
Okay. Rico Rizzo is the name for our audience.
No.
The next, name that Nick, Buffalo Bill.
Oh, yes. Jane Gum.
It is Jame Grum. I'll give it to you.
Jame Grum with an R?
It's Grumb.
I thought it was just Gum, G-U-M-B.
No, Jame Grum.
Oh.
Is that? I'll give it to you.
Okay.
You were saying it.
That's pretty close.
Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill. See? I think you get one.
All right, I got one. Two. That's two I got now.
I think it's 3.
2 for 9.
You got 3.
Well, I got Little
You got
Hula
Dirty
Hand.
Harry. You got Hot Lips. I'll give it to you. And you got Buffalo Bill.
Yeah. Last one. I
All right,
got
last
this.
one. You got this one. The Bride.
Oh, yeah, that's Beatrice Kiddo.
That is Beatrix Kiddo from Kill Bill. See, there you go. You got 4.
Yeah.
Name that Nick.
I always call everyone at my acting job. I always
Kiddo?
everyone called Kiddo, yeah.
Yeah, Kiddo.
It doesn't matter how old you are. You're Kiddo.
Yeah.
Nice Kiddo.
I say, hey, thanks, person.
Do you say person?
Yeah, people don't seem to like it.
Hey, guy. I used
Hey,
to say guy a
hey,
lot.
person.
Oh, you know that guy that says guy?
Yeah.
I used to be that
Hey, guy.
Hey, guy. Thanks, guy.
You guys wears blue sunglasses.
Hey, guy. What's my blue sunglasses are so good. Actually, how do you like my regular blue glasses? I got blue lenses.
Blue lenses? They're nice.
I got blue lenses on
you
these
got a
glasses.
sharp-looking face and glasses.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. What do you think of Name That Nick?
I thought I was really bad at it.
Yeah, it was a tougher game than I thought, but I had fun.
Like
You got
threw Midnight Cowboy and
3
mash in there.
3.
Jesus.
I
got 4.
I took some out because
Well, okay.
some were hard.
Oh, there. Okay, let me. I bet you get those.
No, I threw them out. I don't remember. I literally deleted them off of this.
Oh, man.
But they were rough ones. Name That Nick is that game. It was fun.
You know what? Maybe what we should do instead of name that Nick, we should go name that main character, and then we name the movie, and you have to name the main character.
We kind of did that a few games ago.
No, we didn't.
So I was trying to come up with
No, we
a
never did
sexy,
that.
different version of that game we did.
I don't remember us ever doing that.
Well, I think I named the. We guess I named the character. Anyway, we do a lot of games on the show.
We do a lot of games.
We'll keep trying different games.
I want you to see. So I got so mad at the hamburgers in this town. I bought this book called Hamburger America.
Oh yeah, you did too.
You can see it right here on my Kindle.
George Motz.
George Motes.
Motes.
George Motes.
Okay.
Anyway, he goes. This is in the States, so I'm going on a road trip. You can go state by state, and it tells you where the best burgers are.
Oh.
So I'm going to go check out Montana, Utah, Idaho, and Arizona and Nevada.
So what if you go to the first place, which I assume is Montana, you go to the first stop that it says, here's the best burger in Montana, and you bite it, and it's a fucking garbage burger. Are you going to continue on, or are you saying that's it?
Yeah, I'm going to continue on.
You would continue on. How many shit burgers until you stop?
2.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 bad burgers, and I'm out.
I have no updates on the Phantom Pooper. Investigation is still ongoing.
Still?
Yep.
Okay.
So when we come to a conclusion, I will come back with the report. But just so you know, it's still ongoing.
Have you any leads?
No.
Wow.
No, is
Is it still happening?
Yes, it is still happening.
You know what?
Scratcher.
I was going to say I want to shake this guy's hand, but I don't.
No, you don't want to touch this person at all.
I bet it's a woman.
It's not.
I bet you it is.
Volume alone tells me it's a man. I'm gonna have to go full Jacques Cousteau and hide in the fucking garbage.
Do you
can or
think
something.
volume just means it's not a man?
There's no
or
way
it means it is a man?
Corbyn, there is no possible human way that a female body created the mass of shit that I'm talking about.
What if they had chili for dinner mixed with fish sticks?
Biologically impossible.
Come on.
It's that bad.
Here's what I'm telling you.
Tell me this.
I'm telling you. There's 2 more things I want to talk about. I'm going to tell you this. This is like story of the century. I'm telling you, like, there's always a first at something.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this as a woman. You're looking at the wrong suspects, sir.
Oh man, I don't know. My lens is pretty narrowed down.
You're looking at the wrong suspects.
Oh, if this is a woman, it'll blow my fucking mind.
It'll blow your mind.
It'll blow my mind.
Her ass.
Her ass is gone.
It's that gone.
This woman does not have one anymore.
I bet you it's a woman, and I bet you she is a walker.
Whoever doing it is of age for sure.
I'm saying like this is like uncontrollable something for her.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Walls and everything. So I'll come back to it. I can keep working. I will find out. Like I said, by the end of the season, I will come back with a story.
I want to talk about a news item before we go.
Sure.
That I was really interested because I'm very into this lore.
Oh, yeah. Hit me with it.
And something came out 3 or 4 days ago and blew my mind. But because the world is fucked up, nobody cared about it.
Okay.
And that's they solved the Jack the Ripper murders the other day.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No.
They did a DNA match on some garments that one of the and this person was a suspect.
Yeah, no, go back and look again. This comes up every 5 years or so. It was debunked like 10 years ago.
No, it just came new.
Yeah, I know. It comes back. Honestly, it comes up every 5 years or so, but that story's been debunked. It was fake DNA. It wasn't him.
Are you sure? How do you have fake DNA?
Well, it was the person who made the report false.
I'm going to look into this.
Yeah, do look into it. It didn't happen. There's honestly like a 10-year-old story, and it's already been proven. It's already been debunked as false. Because I saw that recent report come up too, and if you like go through it and like even in the comments, everyone's like, "Yeah, this happened 10 years ago. This is not real. It was proven false." You kind of go through it. Yeah,
well, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. They just do. It comes up every once in a while because someone finds it and thinks it's true, but it's not.
Well, fuck.
Sorry. Sorry.
And really quickly, update on my baseball player. Let's just see if I can find something.
It is now almost 10 o'clock.
Let's just quickly do this.
Updates are things that we wait for on the little phone. We gotta wait for.
If I knew the words to the song, I would sing with you. I like to update and I go. Okay, I will.
Zero rehearsal.
Yeah, zero rehearsal. We came up with that by ourselves. Jesus Christ.
Nothing? No updates?
Nothing.
Oh, my God.
I fucking hate this team.
He's going to the Boston Red Pants.
Shut your slut mouth.
And with that, that's Radical Apathy.
That's the end of our Valentine's special.
Corbyn, where can they find us?
Oh, fuck. Fuck you. Where can they find us?
This is literally your job.
Oh, okay. On Facebook, Radical Apathy. On Twitter, @Apathy Podcast, which I'm actually pretty active on, guys.
Jump on. Come talk to us. We'll talk to you.
I'm actually pretty active on Apathy.
If you ask for things, we'll probably do it.
Here's the problem with this is for my mental health, I've really tried to cut Facebook out of my life.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so that's hard for the podcast. But on Twitter, I'm pretty active with the Apathy Podcast.
Get in the X tweets. Whatever they call them now.
In the X. In the X's. And then YouTube for the podcast. YouTube. You can get us on YouTube. You can get us on Apple and Spotify.
Yeah.
All the things. But remember, guys, at the end of the day, why does it fucking matter? That's it. Why does it matter?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
That's it.
See ya.
All right. Bye.
Love you. Bye.